Hello everybody and welcome back to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will, I'm a D&D sex icon, and I'm back today with yet another episode of Vampire the Masquerade Carnival of Blood. We've got a full cast and crew back with us today for yet another episode, so let's get into it, my friends. Let's figure out who we are and who we're playing, and of course we have our insatiable storyteller, Laugh Love Lindy. Lindy, how's it going?
Oh, it's going super spiffy. I am ready for this week's episode of Vampire the Masquerade Carnival of Chad, and to see where this stuff goes with the plague. We've got some plague, we've got some devils, we got some vampires, there's a mysterious tax collector out there somewhere. We're gonna see how all this culminates into an interesting adventure. I can't wait to see where y'all go with this. So
Absolutely. Yes. Cannot wait. Of course, we have Christina back with us tonight. Christina, how's it going?
It's good.
Good. Excellent.
Life is great.
Now.
I didn't know what else I was supposed to say. I'm Anais. I'm a vamp. I'm Toreador. It's awesome.
Sure as hell is. Incredible stuff. And we
I'm
have...
hungry.
Well, that's good to know as well. We also have Laurelania back for us tonight. Tia, how's it going?
It is great. Production is super easy, and everybody should get into it because it's easy, and making cameras and microphones work, no problem. Right? Well, super great.
That's the thing I love about most about this show.
That's the best part. I'm one half of the creepy combo that is Dari and Seamus here on Vampire the Masquerade. And I try it as hard as you might. Encounter Will and Encounter Roleplay just can't get rid of me. I keep showing up on their shows, so fun times. Don't forget to retweet.
Great stuff. And of course, we have Jess Little Cup of Joe with us tonight. Jess, how's it going?
It's going good. I play Jim Kelly, the thin blood who has the babiest of baby teeth and can't bite properly. So, it's good.
Great stuff. Awesome.
That's it.
And it looks like we have the child of Encounter Josh with us tonight. Josh, how's it going?
I'm Encounter Josh Jr. Yay!
The Disney version.
The Disney version. Yeah, it's hot in Vegas. Okay, I'm gonna say this once, the entire stream, one time. It's hot. My face was hot. Fuck off. That's it. So far as myself, I will be playing Father Seamus, who is
Chippy Josh.
fucking Chippy Josh. Fuck you. I will be playing.
I can make that happen.
Well, I'm sorry. This is fuck me. Okay, I'm gonna get through this. Fuck all y'all. I'm gonna get through this. My name is Josh. I will be playing Father Seamus, who is older brother to Dari, and is a local holy man, and is definitely here to save all of you people. Fuck you, Jack. Fuck you.
Totally. Well, as for myself, I'll be playing Ichabod. He is a Malkavian whose madness is that he sees everything through the medium of children's nurseries, rhymes, stories, and the like. And he's kind of creepy, but well-intended, and hasn't hurt anyone yet, so that's good. He has buried a body or two and slept with them, but it's whatever. But before we get into the show itself, I remind you guys of a couple of things. The first of which is that we are here thanks to Vampire the Masquerade. We're playing the 5th edition of Vampire the Masquerade, which you can check out over at Modifius.net. Check those guys out and send them some love from us. Sponsor the show, so definitely check it out because we're having a lot of fun playing this game, and you can watch for yourself and see for yourself. And of course, as per usual, we're sponsored by FancyGrounds.com, the virtual tabletop of choice here at Encounter Roleplay. Check it out, play your own games at home of Vampire the Masquerade, of D&D, whatever it is you want, go ahead and play some games. Wetlandgames.co.uk, great place to go buy board games, war games, minis, all that good stuff at up to 20% off the retail value. They support the show, so go and check them out. And last but not least, tabletoploot.com is the go-to destination for dice. If you love dice as much as we do, then stick around, because at the end of each show we give away a set of tabletop loot dice, and they have them available on their website for fantastic prices, fantastic array of range of dice on their site. You guys can interact with today's show. We've already hit 20 retweets, I must let you know, Lindy, which means that we already have a viewer decision where you guys get to decide something next, which happens in our campaign. But We can also get viewer decisions through 30 retweets, through subs, and of course you can donate to affect the game as well by giving players nat 1s, nat 20s, wild magic surges, and worse. The Pigeon has given 2 wild magic surges to Dari for the weird teleporting warp trickery. That is her camera setup, so thank you, Pigeon, for that. We'll get on to that in a minute, but I want to hand over to Love Lindy, our storyteller, to remind us what happened last week on the show.
Last week, we got a good glimpse into the daily routine of our characters as they get prepared for what is known as the Carnival of Blood, aka Mardi Gras, in New Orleans, coming up very soon. However, some interesting things happened. Mysterious gentleman met with Jim, asked him where a clothes shop was, and then left, saying he'd be back at some point. There was also a bit of a fight club in the back of the B&B, the bar and brothel, where someone fought with Chad and Jim and held his own pretty well, earning his keep for the rest of the week in one of the empty rooms upstairs in the brothel. Something's off about him. You're all not quite sure what. Also, good old Jimbo the drunk died at the bar as y'all were closing out for the night. You discovered it wasn't via alcohol poisoning, but there appears to be some kind of plague that started up within the past week, and it's just kind of circulating around a little bit. And there was a bit of discussion between the group on what they should do about said plague, because vampires know they can't get sick, but boy, they be carriers of the plague, and that's not great. So they're going to be very careful about who they feast on, how they go about business, and keeping their cover. As you know, you can't break the masquerade. And thus we begin our next session the next evening. I believe we got some wild magic surges in, however, for good dear Dari. Target appears to be wearing a cloak of shimmering fire.
Yes, a cloak of shimmering fire for Dari. That's pretty cool.
I'll incorporate that in a moment.
Can I just say really quick that I just realized that was Josh, like, when he did his introduction. Like, I thought we had a guest star, and I did not know that was Josh that entire time. I was like, who's talking to me? And I was like, I don't see Josh on the screen.
That's my favorite thing.
That's been killing me. I'm sorry.
That's great. Dari's second wild magic surge is that she disgorges a pouch full of rare and ancient coins.
Okay, I can work those two in real well here in a minute. But we have a viewer decision already. You said we already have 20 retweets. So, what's an unusual symptom or side effect of the plague? Let's get something crazy going on here.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh, yeah, this is gonna end well.
This is gonna end well. It'll be great. That'd be great. So,
This will be just
everyone is kind of starting to wake up for the evening. I imagine Jim is the first one awake, because
yep.
little baby thin blood
Comes up around the time the sun is setting, not so much when it's gone down.
Yeah, he gets up at like 6 instead of 8. He's like, oh wow, it's early.
Yeah, exactly. Crack of evening.
On the crack of evening. Is there anything Jim wanted to do? Oh, also, I need good dear Jim to roll me a rouse check, basically to see if you get hungrier when you wake up this morning or not.
How do I do that?
Roll me a d10.
A d10. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Bloop.
Ooh, you are a little hungrier today, so mark 1 point of hunger as you wake up.
Alrighty.
Because it does take a little bit of pumping of the blood to get you going, and can consume some of it sometimes. So, is there anything Jim wanted to do before the others awoke this evening?
I think we're assuming we're open for business as per usual, so if that's still standard, he's probably just gonna do the early work of getting the bar ready and whatnot.
Get them ready. Okay.
Ahead of
Ichabod
showing up.
Sure thing. All right. So you do that. You notice that the guest room that the gentleman who said his name was Tony is still closed. Doesn't look like he's left. And nothing unusual is really going on besides the fact that he hasn't appeared to have left his room throughout the entire day. Granted, y'all were up really late last night, him included, so he's probably still just sleeping it off. Took a little bit of a beating. But let's have everyone else make their rouse checks to see how they wake up, if they're any hungrier this evening.
Fantasy points.
Remind me which stats are this?
Just 1d10.
D10.
2.
2? Alright, you gain 1 point of hunger. So I think you're at level
10.
hunger level 1. You succeed. You are not any hungrier today, Ichabod.
Oh, we're already unmuted. Okay, so yours was a 5, and now mine. Mine is a 3. Ooh.
You are both gain 1 point of hunger. So the only one who doesn't gain any hunger today is Ichabod.
Hey.
As you wake
Jim
up
gets
this
2
evening.
crit successes from Jim's song. I'm going to work on fixing the alerts so that they're down.
No problem. We will get Dari spent the night at the B&B. She normally goes back to the church, the Ivory Chapel, with her brother. However, last night she did not. I believe she took the room next to Mr. Tony, the mysterious boxer.
Mm-hmm.
Give me you've got some superhuman senses going on, but I'd love for you to make me what is it? Give me a like a wits awareness check, just to see if you can notice anything going on.
So that's 4 dice in total. Looks like I 3 successes.
Whew, okay. You kind of awaken, you feel a little hungrier, but you immediately, the first thing you hear, it's not the sounds of the bar getting set up, though you hear that in the background. You hear chanting from the room next to you, from the room Tony's in.
I'm going to press my ear right up against the wall, and I'm going to try to intently listen to what he is saying.
Okay. With 3 successes, this sounds like some type of satanic chant or ritual going on in the room next door. You are familiar with this due to the fact that that is your religion that you follow.
I was going to say if I could make an intelligence occult on that to try and perceive exactly.
Yeah, see exactly what it is. Sure,
Okay, so that is
go
a
for it.
total of 6 dice.
Nice.
All right.
So we're gonna roll 5, and then 1 more on top of that, which is gonna be total 1, 2,
Yep.
3, 4 successes and 2 1s. So
Okay. Ooh.
3 of them are.
Is that
Three
that
times.
last one your hunger dice?
Nope, that was just the total
Okay.
dice pool because we rolled 5 and then 1.
Okay,
so
okay.
Makes 6
Gotcha.
in total.
6 in total? Okay. Well, you got critical success. So we're you hear exactly what's being chanted. It's almost like you can hear the flickering of some candles. Like you can hear chalk being scraped against the floor. Your senses are heightened extremely. It sounds like this is a chanting. It's in Latin, which you can kind of understand. It appears to be some type of protection, like non-location type of spells, like protection against location. A spell being cast.
Okay, running from something. And you need to hide here. Maybe you think you're safe with us, but you didn't want to give us the courtesy of telling us what you were. That's quite interesting, love. I say as I kind of push away from the door and look up.
Mhm.
Does this place have an attic?
Yeah, there'd be an attic here. Definitely.
I want to, as it's my building, I'm assuming I know pretty easily how to get there.
Oh yeah. You know,
I'd
there's
like to.
access.
I kind of want to do this creepy thing where I go up through the attic, climb over, go to his room, and then open the attic and stick my head down and look at him. And be like, what do you think
Right.
that you're doing? Satanic chance in my bar for?
As you do that, you open into the room and you see Tony, and he is sitting in the center of a chalk circle with candles. Wax is dripped all over the floor. It looks like these candles have been lit all night. Maybe he slept in this circle. It's a bit odd. His eyes are pure black, and as you go to speak, coins and gems fall out of your mouth. Like as you speak, it's just coins tumbling out instead.
Where's your payment?
And the head turns towards you.
Oh, it's okay. I am a Satanist myself. Your secret's safe with me. Shut up, Alexa. Fucking scared the shit out of me. Satan, really?
It's Satan.
Just to Satan. Which is,
Alexa is Satan.
I'm not okay with that.
I mean,
Not even the slightest. Okay.
He kind of beckons
told us that you were.
for you to come
I will
closer.
kind of, if I can, cool flip person in there.
Yeah, you can cool
I
the
guess.
person in there.
Okay.
And as you do, you kind of
I'll
land.
make sure that I stay respectfully outside of the circle.
Okay. All right. You see that there is you do step like your foot in like some of one of the wax pools because there's a lot of candles. Like the room is covered with candles. You don't know how he got this many candles in here, but he has them in here now. And as your foot like hits the wax, a cloak of like shimmering fire appears, and it really freaks you out for a moment because that is one of the things that can hurt vampires quite badly. Can I have you make me just a basic willpower roll? Willpower
Absolutely.
composure
Oh, 5.
to see how you can
willpower.
keep your cool as this shimmering cloak of flame appears on you.
Where is composure listed? Is that a skill side?
It is a
Roll 5
it's under
dice.
social. It's charisma, manipulation, composure.
Oh, I see. So 8 dice total. So you can never tell which. So 5 and then 3. Yeah, I'll do that one.
Mm-hmm.
And another 3. So what's the first 5? And
Ooh.
then 3.
Okay, it's
Okay.
pretty disconcerting, but you got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. So you're able to keep your calm, and you realize that this is pretty much, while it radiates heat, it's not actual fire, and you're not being burned, which is good. It's very good.
I try to play it off like I am chosen by our Lord Satan.
He nods towards you and he says, "Yes, I was unaware that one who respects our Lord was in this establishment. Otherwise, I would have given the information."
Well, I think that's something that we might want to touch upon because while I am an avid supporter of Self and Satan, my brother Seamus not quite so much. And even though I love him very near and dear, I think that's something that we should be keeping between the two of us.
I agree. Completely.
Are you going to tell me
don't
what
have-
you're on the run from?
There is a witch hunter after me. I'm possessing this body temporarily. They were not enthused.
I'm pretty sure with the plague they'll have their hands full anyways.
That is what I'm hoping. If I can lay low for a while, this plague
Why
will
don't
play
you
out.
about the stage name instead of your real name then? What do you want to be called?
You can continue speaking to me as Tony. I will not reveal my true name.
Well, alright then. You continue going about your way, and I'm gonna go and get the bar ready. You think that you're gonna be ready to fight today?
If necessary.
Well, alright then. I look at the disgorged coins I've put on the ground. What do you eat?
Oh, my sustenance is taken care of. You don't need to worry.
Alright then, just no feeding on the staff and then we'll be fine. I head out of his room, through the
Okay.
door.
Through the door, not through the attic.
No, I wanted to do the creepy entrance, but now that I've gotten my point across and the billowing cloak
Okay.
of fire made me look like a badass, so I'm just gonna go and skull
Uh-huh.
at the door now.
As you
I'm
open the
pretty pleased
door,
with myself.
the air that whooshes in, this extinguishes your cloak and also all the candles behind you. You look back and it's just pure darkness. You can't even see him, even with your heightened vampire senses. And you just kind of leave the room, close the door.
I kind of shudder a little bit as I close the door because I have no idea what the fuck was going on there, and I was just playing it off. I don't think I'm gonna tell my friends though because I want to see how this plays out.
Okay.
But did my human return?
The girl? Nah, she did not come back.
That's good. Hopefully they lynched her and took care of that problem for me.
Hopefully they lynched her.
I'm gonna head downstairs and take a look around, see who's in the bar already.
All right. You're still kind of opening up. There's not many people in here. Mostly just the staff. I believe at this point, Anais would probably be waking up as she hears the doors close behind Dari as she exits the room.
I'm going to leave my room and go seek out Ichabod.
Okay. No, he'll probably be arriving shortly downstairs. Excuse me. I don't have my Sunny D this week.
Cough love,
Ichabod.
Lindy.
I need liquids. Ichabod, you woke up in the loving embrace of a fresh corpse from the night before, inside of a sarcophagus, basically in the graveyard.
I sure did.
Nice, real nice. You woke up. You're a little hungry. Nothing too bad. And off to the bar, or do you go see the father first?
I'm gonna hit the bar.
Okay. You go to the bar, and Jim seems to be a busy bee getting his chores and stuff done, and Anais appears to be waiting for you downstairs.
Hello, Ichabod.
Goldilocks.
Did you take care of that little situation from last night?
Oh,
With
they
the
were
corpse.
indeed rascals. Belong to that class of people who find things before they are lost.
So yes.
I nod.
What's that?
Ichabod will nod, sorry. He just kind of bows his head once.
What's your plan for the day?
A true
Evening.
poet is like a man who's happy anywhere, an endless measure, if he's allowed to look at leaves and grass to see the sun rise and set. I start cleaning the
At this
bar.
point, can I be coming down the stairs?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Hello,
Jim's
Dari.
just been keeping in the background all this time, making sure the bottles are ready to go for pouring and dishes are clean and that sort of thing.
I'm so happy that you're always out and about and on the job. It makes things a lot easier for me. And Anais, my treasure. How are you this evening?
I'm well. Interested to see what the evening holds.
I am also quite interested to see what the evening holds. I almost want to go on a little bout about the city to see what kind of havoc has been created. But at the same time, Tony's already recovered, and I think that we could be making quite a bit of money from him. He is already practicing in his room. I think he's excited.
Recovered.
tonight. Already. He's quite speedy.
Interesting.
Have you seen my brother?
I wasn't looking.
I can't blame you after last night's escapades. I'm hoping that giving him a night alone in the room will give him a chance to calm down. Usually it takes him a day or so to come about. He's quite stubborn. He gets it from a mother.
I'm quite stubborn myself. And I don't
I gotta
like...
flash my fangs at you.
You're not the only one. And I know where your fangs have been.
Anna smiles and raises her elbows up in a "oops, wasn't me" gesture.
Didn't want to have
Oh,
that
right.
conversation with your beloved brother.
I'm not wanting to have that conversation either, but I think it's something that I'll be able to get him to come around on. I think he was just a bit cranky for me overfeeding on him the other day. After all, we're a code 3 now, we have to agree on things together.
Some things are easier said than done.
For he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture and the sheep of his hand today, if you would hear his voice.
That was the most logical thing I've ever think has come out of your fucking mouth, Ichabod.
Something like that.
I look at Jim and just like, right? That's impressive. Well,
Actually
we can
made
always get
sense
him-
for a change.
right? We could always get him to fight it out in the ring, and that way Anais, you get to watch him get his ass beat by Chad, and then we win.
Promising. Would you entertain me, Ichabod?
Certainly, Goldilocks.
I have a bit of an inkling to get outside of this bar and go and see what's going on with the rest of the world, especially this particular curse that's come across the land. See how it's going to affect business. Perhaps we stay here till midway through the night and go on a little bit of a group hunt. I'm sure that we could get Chad to watch over the place. Maybe even Tony. He seems trustable enough. What do you say?
Guy who
He's
just
been
arrived
in
last
this bar for
night.
quite some time. Well, I've had a little bit of a talk with him this morning, and
Who's mysteriously
we see eye
healed?
to eye on a lot of things. It's not quite so mysterious. He's got his own things to deal with, just like we've got ours.
Yeah,
I'm
fair
interested
enough.
in the money that he can bring into the bar, and he's not going to cause us any problems. Could be a happy little addition to our family if we give him a chance. I want to see what he can do, and as long as he doesn't burn down the fucking bar, and I don't think he will because he's got nowhere else to go.
That's your
Not to
call,
mention-
miss. You run the place.
What's the worst that could happen?
The bar on fire.
The Justicar is looking for a fight and has an eye for Dari.
Oh,
As a guest
Well then. Who
What about-
we got to punch?
Well, all right,
Ichabod
then.
sort of wavers around Anais, sort of hovering.
Jim,
But
why
look,
don't you
sheepishly
go and get the
embarrassed.
festivities started tonight? Go find some random fucker, get him
Open
in
up
there,
the ring?
tell him exactly. We'll get the crowd going. We'll save Tony for the big fight at the end, and I think
Man.
Chad deserves a day off for getting hit. Unless you need a break too. Are you looking okay? I say, coming up to you, and I kind of gently grab your face and do the mom thing for a second.
Yeah, he seems all right. The damage from last night has definitely healed by this point.
All right then.
I'm good. I think I got
Yeah.
another few fights in me.
We might need to put some makeup on you. Make it look like you at least have a bruise. If you start healing too quickly, people might start getting suspicious.
All right, you say so. I can always go borrow some from Jezebel.
That's not a bad idea. Why don't you do that? Give yourself just a little shiner, a little bruise somewhere.
All
I'm
right.
talking to Chad and Tony, make sure they're doing the same thing. Kind of look
Right.
around, giving the management nod, like I have said things, but I plan on helping in no way whatsoever.
I have
Uh-huh.
managed.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep. Yeah, Jim will go upstairs to go pay a visit to Jezebel so he can borrow some makeup. A little makeup
Okay.
job done.
You know, you're going upstairs to get some makeup. Chad is probably arriving just about now. He always shows up a little bit after the bar opens. But let's go and take a little peek on Father Seamus. How is the good father doing this bright and early evening?
Essentially hungover. That's kind of how the easiest way to describe it. Like, he had a rough day yesterday. He was up late. He had a whole bunch of feeding done upon him, and yeah, he's not feeling his usual chirpy self this morning.
Okay. Yeah, you wake up and the bed is empty. There's no Ichabod, there's no Dari, it's just you. Alone.
I think he probably takes a few moments and sort of he kind of almost growls in unhappiness at sort of the situation and like remembers sort of conversations from the night before and is going to roll out of bed. And is Father Elias awake yet? Is he up?
Yeah, he's awake.
Does it? I'm going to go over and almost sort of probably start getting ready next to him. And I look at him and very casually, not like, there's no morning, how did you sleep? Are you bleeding to death? Anything like that. He just very detachedly suddenly says, times like today make me miss the old days when things were simpler. Know how easy recruitment used to be. You'd walk into the right neighborhood, you knew all the older faces, and you'd find some young, impressionable kid. Snatch him up, show him some good times, the high life, show him fast money and beautiful girls. Or you'd go to the church and you'd find those who really believed. It was easier to recruit in a gang those days. You didn't have all these rules and regulations and somebody looking over you that you've never met. Some fucking head in the clouds person who has their claws into your fucking soul.
The father is bound and gagged and tied as usual, but he's kind of looking at you, his brow furrowed a bit, and like real intent on what you're saying.
I'm gonna reach in and very casually just like take the gag because I actually want to have a conversation, and some people aren't around to have a fucking conversation with. So I guess this is what I'm left with. You wonder why I keep them around. So yeah, I'll reach down and remove the gag. And you ever miss new, fresh faces coming into your flock? Seeing the days when a brand new follower joined your ranks?
New followers are important, but just equally as important as the established flock. You can try to keep people from going astray. That's what you should do. But the Lord wants. He wants his followers to remain devout. If we can help others, then we should help others. But don't risk losing the ones you have. Try to get new ones. My son.
You feeling strong today?
He kind of looks down at himself. He's like emaciated a little bit. And he doesn't look right. He's like about the same as all the other days lately.
I'm gonna I look at him and there's probably that look of I'm hungry. I look at him, he looks at me we have that moment where I'm I really want to fucking eat you right now. But against that, I'm going to he hasn't aggravated me, and at the moment he's the only fucking person around for me to talk to. He's the only family I have that isn't treacherous and hasn't betrayed me. So I'm not going to kill him or drain him or anything. But I lean in and I just take the. I guess I'll give him like a drink of water or something before I re-gag him.
He goes for it eagerly. He's pretty thirsty.
Yeah. And then after, I will. I guess I imagine I've left him like a Bible, like his Bible, and I'm just gonna turn to another page so he can read through. But I think everything I let him read is pretty much all from the final book. Is it Revelations with judgment and damnation and everything like that? And I will, just turn to that and turn him to another page of the damnation of man and everything.
Yeah, you can get the next page tonight, buddy.
Yeah, you can have a whole new page.
Storybook time.
Yeah. And with that, I'm gonna get up, get dressed, and make my way out. Lord, watch over you, Father.
Mm-hmm. That's all he can get out.
Yeah. I take that as him praying for me for my victory this day.
So, you head out.
He's a
Do you
good
head
kid.
to the B&B? Where does Father Seamus go?
Yeah, I'm
this
gonna.
evening?
I need to head because we need to talk about sort of the plague and stuff, and that's the only conversation we need to have, just about the plague. That's it.
Okay. So you're walking up to the B&B, and at the same time, you notice someone walking up the street as well, who just. A lot of the people here in this district, because it's the red light district, there's a lot of sailors, a lot of, kind of more not really high class people. You do get some high class people who are trying to, kind of lay low because they're going to the brothel and they don't want their ladies to know. But you see this man, and he's got a briefcase, a suit and tie, round glasses that sit on the edge of his nose, and he appears to making just stops in at all the establishments. Like you see him walk into one, a few minutes later he comes out, walks into the next one, and you wind up walking into the B&B about the same time he does.
I will. What does this man look like? Can I get a read on him? Sort of what his. Does he look like a wealthy? Does he look from out of town? Does he look?
He does look like he is from potentially out of town. The way he's just dressed, it's a bit too warm for the area that you all are in currently. But he appears to be fairly wealthy. Let's see, is there like an insight check? Let me see. All my tabs and all the things I've opened. You can give me
intelligence awareness.
Yeah, intelligence and
Wits.
we can do wits. Wits and insight.
Wits.
Oh, there is an insight. Look at that.
Wits.
There is an insight. I thought there was.
Fantastic. That is some dice. That is it? I need 6s or above.
6s or above, yes.
Okay, that's one success.
One success. He appears to be like a businessman. You see like the outline of business cards in his like suit pocket. But I don't know. You don't know. You're not. Maybe he's looking for somebody. Maybe he's just making contacts in the area. Maybe he's new in town. You're not really certain. He's kind of hard to read.
Okay, I'm all out of sorts this morning. Like I'm hungry. I'm irritable. I don't have time for whoever this newcomer is. Like my focus. I'm running through my head like conversations that I'm about to have with the rest of my brethren. So this is yeah. Yes, I'll make a note of him and I'll follow him in and sort of pay some attention to him. But I mean, he doesn't seem that important to me right now,
Yeah.
right in this moment.
He gets past Chad, no problem. So
Oh, so he's got no jewelry. Okay, right.
he has no jewelry.
No.
The most he has is a pocket watch that you can tell, and that Chad doesn't consider that jewelry.
Okay. I will. I walk up and like see Chad. Like I don't have time for Chad today. Actually, I'm just like I nod to him.
He just gives you a nod
and,
back.
Yeah. And head inside and see how business is this early in the evening, and who's around, and done with your shit already. So done with your shit.
Kind of like as soon as I see him walk into the bar and I make that eye contact and I try to look away, but the blood bond is so strong that I can't.
I look at you and there's like that moment of hurt, but also jealous, sort of, where were you last night?
There's a lot of things that we need to be talking about.
So, where are the others?
They're out and about, doing their jobs. Jimmy's about to go and get into the ring. Anais is being the beautiful star that she is.
I really want into the ring tonight.
Oh, that's actually kind of what I was thinking as well, since you were being such a stubborn jerk last night. If you win in the ring tonight, then you can have your way, but if we win, we get our way.
No.
No. Do you want to fight me then?
No, I don't want to fight you, and I don't want to crush Jim either.
Not
Look.
Jim. I wouldn't put you up against Jim. That wouldn't be much of a fair fight at all now, would it? Maybe you could take on the champion of the evening.
We'll see. But for now, we need to have some conversations. And
As you
has
say
there been
that-
any other...
Who would be the most likely to greet customers coming in? Is it Ichabod currently? Or
God.
would it be Dari? Ichabod?
I'd
Okay,
probably
because
be
Dari's...
Dari. I would okay. Yeah, I'm
Ichabod's, like, creepily waiting at the
till.
till.
Back talking right now, but like
Yeah.
I like
So you see this nicely dressed gentleman with a briefcase, like a little hat, come in. Like Dari can see this too, and Anais is downstairs. You all see him enter. Now he goes up to the counter, sets his briefcase down. He's rather short. He's only about 5'4", so he's pretty short for a gentleman. But he goes, "Excuse me, sir. Did you seen a Mr. Anthony Bordeaux? Has an Anthony Bordeaux passed by your establishment?"
Not Anthony.
Tony, Anthony.
I look up and I panic for a moment as I realize that Dari isn't here, and she normally like covers for me normally.
What?
And yeah, Ichabod sort of looks between him, and after an awkward amount of time has passed, says, "Don't trust somebody who can't trust you."
It is excellent advice, sir. But I'm with the Internal Revenue Service, and I am looking for a Mr. Anthony Bordeaux. Have you seen this individual?
Death and fucking
Death and taxes.
Sorry.
One for my master, one for the dame, one for the little boy who lives up the lane. I'm gonna point up the staircase.
You point upstairs? Okay.
Do we overhear this?
Yeah,
As
he's not
this
being
is going on?
quiet or subtle at all.
I looked at Dari and I'm just like, I'm like, this conversation later.
I don't think that you should be talking to anybody right now, though. You're in a big
No, I very much look at you and I'm like, this conversation later.
Hello there,
I call
darling.
him my shoulder.
I'm the head of this-
Alice!
Hello there,
Somebody.
darling. My name is Dari Alice. I'm the head of this establishment. How can I help you today?
Yes, I'm looking for
This is
your
really
bartender
relaxed.
seems to be a bit upstairs. But I'm looking for Mr. Anthony Bordeaux. Do you happen to see this individual?
Unfortunately, I cannot confirm any of my clientele. I don't know if you know what kind of establishment that you're in right now.
Yes, you see, I am with the Internal Revenue Service of the United States, and this man is wanted on multiple counts of tax evasion. A very heinous crime.
Do you happen to have a warrant on you?
I do, in fact. I have a warrant. I have actually, and a wanted. He actually pulls like a wanted poster of Anthony Bordeaux, and there's a reward on there for.
How much is the reward?
It is for $500, which
And
in those days money
this-
was a good bit.
Yeah, it was a fuck. Yeah. Is this Tony?
I mean, you don't. It looks a lot like Tony. It's like one of like it's like someone sketched it from a description, so it looks like it could be Tony.
Unfortunately, this doesn't match any of the clientele that I've had in or out of here. And I just want to let you know, in the politest way possible, that this is not a fucking warrant. It's a search poster.
Oh yes, I have the warrant over here, and you see he has a. If anyone happens to be sheltering Anthony Bordeaux, they would be implicated in other crimes Mr. Bordeaux has committed that I am not at liberty to discuss. And I need you to make me a manipulation or deception.
A lying bitch. Check.
Subterfuge. A
or-
manipulation subterfuge.
Can I just awe him? Is he immortal?
You can most certainly try. You're not sure.
Let's go with the manipulation subterfuge. No, you know what?
Okay.
Tax guy. There's no way this guy's not fucking mortal. But screw your taxes. That's enough. Now you want my fucking people to If this tax guy is immortal, I will eat my own fucking foot. Presence, I believe, is.
I cannot wait to see that.
Please no. I literally wrote it down.
Tony did tell you that there was
Anyone is
a witch hunter after him, so
He
you're not
did,
sure. if it's
It's a new name for taxmen.
Manipulation, presence, versus his composure and intellect.
okay, so you're gonna try to
so-
awe. So composure
yeah,
and intellect. Okay.
and I am, so my presence is 3, and my manipulation is 3, so that's a total of 6 dice for me. So 5 plus 1, we'll be making 2 separate rolls. 5. Please don't be. It's not a botch. 1, 2 successes.
Okay.
The
Let me
ones.
see
Do the
here.
ones negate successes now still? So would that be 1 success?
No. One's just unless it is your blood dice, which I'm just using the last dice to be your blood dice. And if it can make it a messy critical or a messy failure depending on the things. But no one's encountered any of those yet. Y'all have been rolling pretty well. So, all right, I need 7
that's
of
all.
these.
Oh, that's worth.
7 is worrying.
Yep.
Mortals don't get 7.
No, they don't.
Fuck is this
They
guy?
don't roll.
Pass me my
Alright.
shoe.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes. Oh, you do not awe him. He appears to be unfazed by your attempt, but he kind of like squints his eyes a little and looks at you. Speaking of which,
I kind of cracked my neck a little bit. I'm sorry that I wasn't more accommodating for you, but you have to understand that sometimes wives, they get a little bit crazy and they send people to find out if they're coming here. So, now
Of
that I can
course,
see that
well.
you're legit. Ichabod, do you mind pouring a drink for our good friend here? What is it that I can get for you?
oh, I don't drink. Just water would be lovely.
Save your people and bless
Thank
their
you.
inheritance. I go and get him some water. And I come back and I like creepily push it across the table. I don't trust this person if Dari doesn't.
Okay. Yeah.
I grab this one, slide it over. I can tell you that I know all of my customers as I try to make a habit of going around and making sure I know who everybody is for this precise reason of keeping troublemakers out of my establishment. It's hard enough for these girls to get by day to day. I haven't seen anyone that matches this description, but if you want, I could tack that outside of my door. That way anybody who's walking in or out that has seen them could probably tell me. Put up my own
I would
reward.
just.
I would.
He'll slide across like a business card to you across the counter, and it will say, Jack Brady, Internal Revenue Service, and he writes on the back of the
Football
card.
star.
Is that a football star's
Sorry.
name?
I don't know football at all. I just know the last name Brady.
Oh. Yeah, no, I'm just
Jack
saying.
Brady.
Internal revenue.
If you
Yeah,
happen to
right,
see this individual, would you please send a word to my place I am staying at for this evening?
Absolutely.
While this is going on,
Mhm.
when it becomes apparent that Dari's not winning this guy over, I'd like to go upstairs, and I'm going to go.
No.
I'm going to go stand outside this guy's door, and I imagine, like, you know, I just imagine, because of the place, we probably have the occasional roughhousing and fighting, and we actually have a fight ring. So, is there any like wood around at all, like broken
There's
bits
no.
of?
There's no way. Our establishment's clean. Jim fucking cleans this place, and so does Ichabod. Up, right, down, left, right, and center.
Is there any? Okay, so is there anything? Oh no, actually, rooms would have to be cleaned at some point.
Yeah,
right?
we'd have
Can I have
a
a clean-
janitor's
Yeah.
closet.
Okay, so in which case, I'm gonna go grab the janitor's stuff, and I'm gonna go stand outside
I've
this
got a
guy's room. And if
I want a
anyone
creepy
comes-
janitor's closet that I work from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ichabod sometimes sleeps in there, like he hangs
He
his
does.
overalls, but like
It's got
while
like
he's still wearing
mobiles.
them.
It's got like children's mobile
Yeah.
like flying around on the top there.
Yeah.
I don't like keep
Jim
going.
just
I'm
usually like grabs it and moves it aside.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go stand outside just in case this guy isn't alone. Stand outside Tony's room and make it
Okay.
look like the room is currently being cleaned and it's off limits. We'll just keep an eye out.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're just like standing there with the mop, just moving it back and forth.
Like I'm doing the NPC single mop motion, but I'm like massive and just like fucking
Does he
driving.
look like he knows what he's doing?
No.
Just
I've
wiping
done-
rhyme around.
Yeah, I just
He's probably cleaned the
I
church.
imagine
Yeah, clean the
he's
church.
distracted enough that he's like, just kind of like
Yeah.
his brain isn't focused. We just, again, he's doing like the
We're gonna-
NPC motion.
Yeah.
you're gonna come back and there's gonna be like I've worn a hole in the floor and I'm just mopping aggressively.
I'm seeing Jim emerging from where he was getting his shiner put on in Jezebel's room. It's just, Father, what are you doing?
I just look at him like
Yeah, you
fucking
come.
trying me.
You're like halfway through with your makeup.
Yeah.
You poke your head out.
I will
Father?
I'll actually call Jim over. There's a man downstairs asking questions about one of our guests. Made of stoner stuff than the usual clay we get to play with. Go keep an eye on Dari for me.
Sure. He'll just kind of like smear it a little bit more so it looks a little more
Yeah.
legit and worry about that later.
I'll give him like
Isabel blows you a
I'll give
kiss
him, like-
as you leave.
I'll give you like the basics of like a description and suggest that it might be a good idea if we know this man's movements. Don't get yourself caught or anything, but see which direction he leads in.
I'll keep an eye.
How quietly is Father Seamus talking upstairs?
Quietly. Like I'm
Quiet?
not
Okay.
like yeah.
You're
Oh
like-
yeah, like
like-
there's a
like
man asking questions.
whisper.
I've got a gun.
There's a man asking questions.
Father!
Like quiet enough because also the fact I don't want Tony, whose door I'm standing outside, to
Yeah.
know
Yeah,
that
so
there's
it's
a
more
guy
like whisper
downstairs
level,
asking
not
questions.
even
Yeah,
like
we're like having the
conversation.
conversation like this.
Aggressively mopping quietly.
Aggressive quiet mopping.
Yeah, Jim will grab the broom from the janitor's closet and head on down.
Okay. I will need Dari because her awe did not work. I will need her to make me that manipulation subterfuge check
So
for
those-
this gentleman who leaves.
that's 6 dice altogether.
And he will use wits plus insight.
2.
2 successes. That's not. No bueno.
No bueno. No.
No. No, please botch, dude. Please botch. That's not a botch.
Oh
that's
my
not
God.
a botch. Oh
my
god.
Super
Not
good.
like this.
He'll give you a smile. Say, of course. Well, Hopefully I'll be speaking with you soon, as this individual is quite a danger to the public at large. Tax evasion is no joke. What was the name of this what was your name again? You were the owner of this establishment?
I go by Dari Alice, but you just call me Dari.
Thank you, Miss Dari. I bid you a good evening. And he turns, and he kind of just looks around a little bit, and then he leaves.
Yeah. Jim will probably be coming down about in time to see him head out and kind of give Dari a look. Like,
Jim will fix it.
I just kind of look
Okay.
and shake my head down at the ground.
he'll go outside to sweep the stoop and watch as far as he can see that man go.
Uh-huh. You're sweeping, and Chad's like, can you not sweep the dirt onto my shoes? Can you, like, sweep it in the other direction? Jim?
I think that I'm gonna go and have a talk with Tony and tell him to get the fuck out of here. Check us out. Bye, buddy. So I'm gonna go upstairs.
Okay.
All right, then. If you think that you could take over management duties for me, I'm going to tell Tony politely to get the fuck out of here. He'll take it okay. Him and I have got some good heart. I'll be perfectly safe.
Like, there's like, so Seamus is very much like, I'm gonna come with you, and then he realizes that the alternative to, if I come with you, we leave Ichabod in charge of management. Fuck. Damn it. Okay, I will go and do that. Yeah.
I'm gonna knock on the door and then open it because fuck him, it's my place. Tony?
No sound.
Oh, you're muted.
No sound. I didn't.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Oh.
I just was muted because I was
Okay.
coughing. So, you touch the doorknob, and for a second, it's almost like it's too hot, but then it instantly cools, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm trapped. Cool, that's awesome. But it seems to have detrapped itself for you, and you open the door. The room is still very dark, but it's not darkness you can't see through now. It's just normal darkness. There's like an oil lamp flickering on the nightstand. All the candles are gone. The chalk circle is gone, and you don't see any of the candles.
I'll take the card and I'll throw it into the center of the room. Even if he catches it or doesn't know where it is. Just do it.
Well, he catches it.
Tony. Unfortunately, it looks like the person that you're running from has come looking for you. There's a couple of options. You can hide out in the attic for a little while, and some food until shit blows over. But I think you best be on the run. I wish I could do more for you, but unfortunately, you didn't tell me that he's a part of the IRS. They could shut down my establishment. Witch hunters are one thing, but fucking taxes are scarier.
They are quite terrifying. I wasn't aware how much tax evasion this mortal coil had been through before I possessed it. My one downfall.
That's unfortunate. Why don't you just go and beat someone up in the fucking ring and then take their body, and then get rid of this one, and then I can turn it in and collect the cash, and then you can have another body.
Well, that's not a bad idea. I think I'll do that.
Alright then. He's just left, so I don't imagine he'll be coming back anytime soon. The best time to be fighting will be right fucking now.
Alright, I'll be down in a moment.
Alright.
He kind of just like
I'm gonna go
cracks his knuckles.
downstairs. I'm gonna find Anais because it's just too good to catch her. Where is Anais?
Yeah, where would Anais be? She's still downstairs?
I'm just
Relaxing.
standing on the other side of the bar, just kind of watching everything. I've been there the whole time. I just don't care to help them with this whole situation.
You're just, I bet
Not
you're
my
just like
bitch.
swirling the same glass of wine, like, interesting. This is a lot.
It's a whole lot of not my business and not my problem.
Yeah.
Do you want to see something fucking funny happen tonight, Anais?
Is it actually
This is gonna
funny?
be Oh, it's going to be quite fucking funny. And if I could, I'd like to pull you to the one end of the bar and whisper in kind of vampire talk. I know you've been wanting to piss off my brother, and this might go a long way for doing that. I kind of told a little bit of a white lie. I'm hoping that you'll keep it with me. But the man Tony upstairs isn't who he says he is. I think he's actually some kind of demon or body snatcher. He's gonna beat the piss out of one of the mortals in the ring and then take over their body. And I think it should make for a good show.
Okay.
She starts laughing. Come on now. I know that you must be tired of being upstairs all the time, and we haven't really had a chance for much girl chat. We can watch Jimmy, hopefully not get the piss beat out of him. Then we can watch Tony go and beat the piss out of someone else. And then maybe you and I, and the rest of them, we can go for a stroll and get the fuck out of here. Getting a little dancy. Taxman just came here.
I would love to spend the evening with you. I would love to. But I can't.
Have you got other plans?
I do. And Anais is planning to go and creep on Henry.
Creep on Henry? Yeah, that's what I figured.
Henry is my touchstone.
Mm-hmm.
But I may come see you later.
Yeah, you know Henry has just published a new book of poetry, and he's doing like a meet and greet kind of thing at one of the bars in another side of town tonight.
Well, you do what you got to do. Just be careful. People are already in a little bit of a panic. They'll be looking for reasons to act strange. Do you want me to send Ichabod with you? And then I laugh, knowing that's the last thing in the world that she wants.
I think I can handle myself.
I know you can. I just worry. I worry about everybody under this roof. It's kind of my job.
Thanks. I guess.
I'll kind of nod at her, and I'm going to almost verily skip to the ring to head over and see Jim. Everything's just coming up Dari today, it feels like.
Everything's just coming up Dari. Let's follow Anais for a few minutes as she gets ready to do her stalking of good dear Henry. So, you know that he is doing basically like a poetry reading, a book signing, kind of promoting his new book of poetry at the Golden Chandelier. It is a kind of like a hotel bar that's like a bit on the nicer side of town in the French Quarter. And so how are you going about this? You wear a hat? Do you disguise yourself at all, or you just slink around in the shadows?
I wouldn't wear a hat. I'd wear a very beautiful veil.
A beautiful veil. I love that. Oh, yes, love it.
And that's when I begin to walk towards the venue. I want to go inside, but I can't. So I stand through the window and I just stare longingly at Henry. Can't keep that, it's hot. But I just stare longingly through the window at Henry, and I feel a slight twinge inside my chest.
What does Henry look like? Why don't you describe Henry to us?
Henry is...
We're muted, right?
Oh, shit.
He's tall. He's about 6'5", and he is beautiful. I don't know how to best describe him except he's beautiful. He's got brown eyes, and he's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. And would but that I were human, I'd make him mine. But watching him makes me feel almost human.
Mm-hmm. He reads from his new book of poetry, and because it's a nice evening, the windows are open to let some ventilation through, because there's quite the crowd. So they want some, some air to kind of circulate. It's beautiful. It's a collection of works about life in New Orleans and on the Mississippi. Talks about the river, some of the beautiful moonlit nights, the sound of the swamps with the crickets and the insects, the songbirds that live here, and it just makes you just feel again, like you said, as close to being human as you felt. That's the last time you saw Henry. He seems to have quite the crowd around him. They're very into this poetry.
His words are as beautiful as his face.
He's speaking to a couple people in particular. You notice that there is a gentleman. You think you recognize him. He might be someone he spoke with when you were still human as well, about a publishing. You think he works for one of the publisher companies. And there is a younger lady who also appears to be speaking with him. She seems to be on the book publisher's arm, but she's definitely appreciating the poetry that is being spoken. It's hard to tell if it's just the poetry she's appreciating, but you're not sure.
So I wait until after the book reading is done, the poetry reading is done, and I see her walk out the back of the building, and I snatch her up and take her down by the river.
Okay. Are you going to kill her?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd like to rip her throat out.
Okay. That's going to be 2 stains on your humanity meter. And down by the river, it's a good place to dispose of bodies. I assume you're going to go outside of town a little bit, where it's a little bit more marshy, a little swampy. Not as many eyes.
Yeah. Speaking of eyes, I'm going to take hers.
Okay.
I did appreciate her staring.
All right. So, do you drink her dry? So that will put your hunger points to 0. So you can get rid of that point of hunger you took on. Or were you the only one who didn't get a point of hunger? That was Ichabod who didn't get any hunger. So you can take your hunger down to 0, but you have 2 stains on your humanity. And I know that you have to be leaving, aka disposing of this body for a little while. So before you leave, I will have you make your humanity check now, since you will be able to do it at the end of the session. So what's your humanity score at?
Oh, right now
6.
it's at... Well, no, because I lost 2. So yeah, it's like 4.
You got 2 stains. Those go into the white boxes. They're like a little half line. So if you had 6 out of 10, that means you got 2 stains. That means you have 2 dice to roll. So roll me 2d10s and tell me if you got any successes.
I got a 5 and a 3.
You did not get any successes. So as you murder this woman, who she was looking, but you're not sure if she was appreciating the poetry or him, and you feel it kind of weigh a little bit on your conscience, since you did feel close to being human tonight. And you do kill her, you dispose of the body, but you lose 1 point of humanity, putting you down to 5. So, you probably have a bit of quiet contemplation. Yeah, sharing is hard. I taught daycare for 2 years. Sharing is definitely hard.
But murder is caring.
But murder is definitely something. So, we will leave Anais contemplating and thinking about better times. Down by the river, down by the Mississippi as it trickles past.
Down by the river! Sorry, I couldn't resist.
All right. And we will go back to the B&B. Y'all setting up the fight club, the fighting ring?
The Bite Club? Yeah, yes we are.
Fight club?
Yep. Tim's got the ring ready and is probably getting himself warmed up.
All right.
I'm gonna do
the ring.
I'm gonna be kind of a ring girl today. Maybe change into a costume or something that I have. Can I have costumes? And I will be trying to entice mortals to entice mortals to take on Jim.
Okay. Are you standing in the back alley, or are you standing kind of out front trying to entice people in?
Out front.
Okay. Perfect. You're standing out front, and the street's pretty busy. There seems to be a few people who kind of look lost. It's not all that unusual in New Orleans, especially since big port city. People don't always know where they're going. They get drunk, they wander around, they're like, oh, which way was the boat? I don't really remember. Where was I staying? This is a thing even still in modern day New Orleans. You get drunk at the bars and you're like, which street was my hotel on? So, see a few of those.
I know all about getting lost at conventions. Oh, I died a little inside. Completely dead. I'm a vampire. What are you doing, sailors? Come on in here. Fight is right, the drinks are good, and the women are even better. What about you over there? Do you think that you could come into the ring? Maybe fight me one-on-one? Kind of, that's the thing I'm doing, is people are passing by.
Right. You would definitely entice some people in. Some people are like, maybe not. Maybe I won't fight, but I'll definitely watch. Gambling is definitely a thing that a lot of the sailors are interested in, especially those who aren't as beefy and brawny. They're like, I like a good fight as long as I'm not the one getting punched, to those kinds of people. Chad just kind of shakes his head at those, but you get some of those in. And then you see a very well-dressed individual. However, his clothes are out of fashion. They're quite old. They're in immaculate shape. You see like a crushed velvet suit. It's a bit older, and this gentleman who approaches looks very pale. You think he might be a fellow kindred.
I kind of languidly stretch. I can guarantee that this is the place for you.
And he comes up to you. You've definitely caught his eye. And he says, that's what I'm feeling as well. The prince invited me into the city and said I might be able to find a good time here.
I can guarantee that you'll find no better time than here. And of course, if you've been invited by the dear prince, well, my home is your home. I can't say that we're up to your particular standards, but I can give you the finest that we have to offer.
Oh, I think some things here are up to my standards, and he looks you up and down.
And kind of, for a brief moment, as discreetly as I can, flash my fangs. Well, right this way then. Let me give you a personal tour.
And he will, he's got some jewelry on, and you guys walk past Chad, and Chad, he can
I
tell
look at Chad, and I'm like, don't fucking do it.
Yeah, he's kind of just like twitching a little bit, but he's just like, come on in. Well, welcome to the B&B. I'm just gonna be right here.
Right then.
And he's like, you see him catching like the earring, like the neck piece, the rings on his fingers, and he's just like looking at all the jewelry and kind of looks at you, looks at him, and he's just like,
I give him like, if you do a fucking thing, I don't care if you are my most precious mortal in this world, I will end you.
Yeah.
I love you, Chad, next to life itself, but there's just some things that you can't do.
And he walks in, and he's offered you his arm, so you accept his arm and walk in.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm getting some speaker feedback from someone. I'm hearing voice.
Uh-oh.
If Christina's walked away, her headphone might be near her mic.
She's out of the call.
Oh, she's out of the call? Is it the volume kicked back up on it? Okay, I'll just lean back here when I'm talking. It's probably my open back headphones. Yeah, I will take him in a walk through the place.
Mm-hmm. He said, so, what's on the menu?
Well, it depends on what your taste is. We've got plenty of your usual variety. We've got some things that are a little bit more exotic. I say, kind of squeezing his arm a little bit tighter.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, we've always got some good bloodbath, some good blood sport.
Yes, I'd love to see some of that. Bit of bloodbath.
Well,
It's been a while
just
since I've seen a good fight.
Well, I can promise you that the first one will be that good because we're taking one of my personal staff members and he's opened up the ring. He might beat on a poor little mortal too hard. But if that's your thing and what gets you off, then I'd like to introduce you to Jim.
All right.
I walk out into the ring area, and as soon as I see Jim, I'll kind of make a hand motion. It's not very often that Dari will go arm in arm with anyone in this establishment. She kind of likes being a little bit more aloof from the customers. So the fact that she is like almost possessively clinging onto him should strike Jim as a little bit weird.
Yeah, he kind of gives a bit of pause, but tries to maintain some composure. Just kind of gives Dari a brief, like, okay, raised eyebrow sort of look, but doesn't say anything about it and jogs on over. Ma'am? Sir? Welcome. Interested in
I'm hoping that you're going to be able to put on
the
an
ring?
especially... Yes, I'm hoping that we can get you to be doing an especially good fight here. This gentleman says that he hasn't seen a fight in a while and he wants to see a little bit of a show. And I need you to try your hardest.
Yeah, of course. Don't mind this. Been at work a little bit.
He's kind of
Naturally,
like,
be happy
he's
to.
kind of squinting and looking at you, Jim, a little bit. Are you, have you given yourself the blush of life this evening before you go out to the ring, or are you planning on doing that?
I believe he has that as a constant.
Oh, as a constant. That's right. You do have that thing. So
Yes.
you're good. You appear to be more living than not right now, which is probably good for
Yep.
you, Mr.
Yeah,
Thinblood.
which is why I wanted to introduce him to get this done and over with quickly. Like, look at my mortal.
And a wild
He's
magic
so
surge for
mortal.
Jim.
Definitely
Jim.
just immortal. All right.
Just a staff member.
Look at me, just a cute little human. All right. Wild magic search. Okay.
Mhm.
That's it. We're good. I'll look this one up for you in a sec.
Oh,
And,
1217.
I mean, it's
Jim.
just a fight ring, but if we have a VIP area,
Like extra special boxes to sit on.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
that Anais has like one of those little window balconies, and she's
All
currently
right.
out, and so you can go up there if
Just
you want.
break into her room.
all right.
Jim's,
I kinda wanna make a point
wild
of
magic,
intro-
Yes.
I'm trying to make it a point of like introducing him to all the vampires in the Covenant and all the people.
Okay.
I will walk him back. I'm looking for Ichabod next here.
Okay. So you
Yeah,
introduce him to Jim.
You'll probably find me like just in the janitor's closet coming out. But I think he came from flat. But Jim's wild magic is that he is permanently disfigured by the next fire that he sets.
Oh no!
All right then.
Oh no!
Poor baby
That's
Jim.
fucking horrible.
It's not so good,
Well-
Jim. Sweet baby Jim.
Guess I won't be lighting any lamps.
Sweet summer prince.
Oh
Do we even
no!
have electricity yet?
Not yet. Very soon though. Give it a few more
Soonish.
years, and you'll have electricity in New Orleans.
Get all Benjamin.
Yeah, but you'd find Ichabod coming out of the janitor's closet with another mop. And sort of
Now-
looks at-
I hope that you'll
I
indulge
imagine
me
there's
with
just like a
any-
wall of mops, just in the janitor's closet.
They all look identical, but Ichabod has his mop, which is like
Yes.
And none of us can ever pick out which one it is, but it somehow always is. I hope that you, anytime I'm looking up, I'm assuming I'm looking at a tall, dark, and handsome here. I hope that you'll oblige me by this for a moment. Calm yourself. This is a personal friend of mine. His name is Ichabod. I'll do my best to translate for you. Ichabod, come say hello to our renowned guests.
I like shuffle towards him like a awkward child that doesn't want to meet a relative at Christmas.
Uh-huh.
I look at him.
You fight in the ring?
He's more
I've gone astray.
Interesting. Well, you do whatever it is you do then. He's kind of like, as soon as like Ichabod speaks, he's like, oh, yeah, okay, Malkavian.
Yeah.
He immediately doesn't give a shit about Ichabod. Like, he just ignores him.
Okay, just wanted to get it out of the way. Ichabod, thank you very much. And I'll take him into Anais' room and the showroom, and I will attempt
As you go, as you go, I say, seek your servant, for I do not forget
Right.
your commandments.
That means that he likes you.
As he should. And, Father Seamus, you're still here. You definitely see what's going on.
Well, I'm definitely shaking my head when she says I like you.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't like him.
I do not like the bad man.
like a rebellious teenager.
We're gonna be in the box office, so to speak, and I'll just be trying to make him
Anais' little
comfortable.
balcony.
Yeah.
I'm going to shuffle over to Father Seamus.
Yeah, if Dari hasn't introduced him to me, Dari has a reason. And as much as sometimes me and my sister don't see eye to eye on some things, we've been running together for a very long time, and I trust her judgment. Even if I don't trust her when she's out of my sight. Does that make sense? It should do. I
shuffle over to the father, and I point a finger at him and say, "This little piggy went to market." I point to myself. "This little piggy stayed home." I point to Dari. "This little piggy had roast beef." And I point towards the man that she's with. "This little piggy had none."
I am going to slowly start, as I'm getting ready for a fight later, I'm going to very discreetly slip the knuckle dusters that I have across my fingers and start wrapping them so they can't be seen. And
Because that's fucking fair. You're a vampire with knuckle dusters.
Yep. Yes, I fucking am. Sue me, motherfucker.
Okay, that's fine.
Look at my brawl skill. Like, I'm fucking all
I
about...
think knuckle dusters actually give you a bonus to your melee.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a nasty bastard.
Yeah.
I'm going to slowly wrap it round, and
Fist of God.
It is why I call it the Fist of God. And as I wrap it round, I look at Ichabod and I tap on the knuckle duster just before I wrap it, and I say, "And this little piggy went wee all the way home." Oh, it's gonna be a fun night, Ichabod.
I smile. And I'm going to creep around the place following Dari and this man. Like, just looking around every corner of me.
Alright, are you trying to remain hidden? Or
Not
you just
particularly.
being a creep? Okay. Just regular creepy.
Creep, not sneak.
If I get seen by her, she would know that I disapprove of this person. By the I'm like the house cat that doesn't like the new person. Like, I don't like his smell.
Like the tail would swish if you had it. So you're just like looking around the corner. This guy is basically ignoring you completely. Dari, what you notice as you're on his arm is what one of his rings, he's got pretty much one on every finger. One of his rings has, in its scroll work, you see the symbol of the Bruja clan.
Well, I knew that you wanted to watch a good fight, but do you not like to fight yourself? I say, kind of like sexually fingering the ring, if that makes any sense.
Yes, you sexually finger the ring.
You know what I mean.
That's the problem. That's the problem we're all having. We know what you mean.
Don't pretend like you know. Okay, we're all here on Encounter Roleplay. We know what the E really stands for.
It's Frodo when he like puts on the ring all sexy.
And so he kind of looks at you, and with one hand he'll kind of stroke your hair. his other hand and say, I'm just seeing if there's a fight I want to get myself involved in. I'm just looking for a good time. I don't want to be disappointed or deal with inferior, well, two inferior beings. I want to get a few good punches in. I don't want to hit something once and it instantly dies.
Unfortunately, we're all a little bit newer around than yourself to such things. I don't think that there's anybody in here that you couldn't squash beneath your pinky.
Well,
But I wouldn't mind getting beneath you in other ways.
And with that, he kind of like an oily grin kind of spreads across his face a little bit, and he says, "Let's watch a little bloodshed first, darling."
Whatever you say, love. And I kind of lean out.
Mm-hmm. And whoever's in the courtyard, if they look up, they can see this guy and Dari kind of standing in Anais's little mini balcony.
I imagine I'm in the ring, sanctifying the ring, looking up. I'm bullshitting the fuck out. It's like I've just got like a pail of water, and I'm like, it's fucking holy water. Don't fucking question me. I'm splashing it around the ring. Fuck do you guys know? But I'm watching.
It's like the two creepy lovesick kids at a movie theater where we're both like all over each other, but not quite trying to be all over each other kind of thing. Because Star is just like, I do not want to have to deal with him killing all of us. Fuck you.
Awesome. So you're just throwing out this bucket. You're like, holy water, yeah, this is it.
No, he will say something along the lines of, "Blessed are those who shed their blood in honor of those who came before. For we who stand today will be mighty. We who stand today will be blessed, chosen. We stand in his light."
All right. Who's the first?
That sounds pretty holy to me.
The first match. Is it Jim? Jim, open it up for tonight.
I'd like to always open with Jim. I feel like it's a good way to go. I mean, people recognize Jim. He's a friendly face to most. It's a good person to cheer for
from around town.
They know he's staff, and he's unassuming enough looking to get some folks in.
Yeah, you get
just
like
this wiry little guy.
You get a sailor who's a little less wiry than you, but he's still pretty wiry. He's like, "All right then, let's go. Come on." He seems
whenever
itching
you're
for a
ready.
fight. He's ready.
Right.
And unless you want to throw the match, because he's mortal, you totally can whoop him.
Sure. He'll play a little. He'll let it go longer than it honestly needs to get the guy confident, and then
crowd worked up. Yeah.
And then he'll clock him at the last minute.
Give me a charisma brawl check, just to see how convincing you can make this look. I'd say performance, but you are punching him, so
sure.
Just a charisma brawl.
Alrighty. Okay.
All right, let's see what you get. Oh, you did good. 3 successes. Yeah, you put up a good little entertaining fight. And everyone's like, "Woo, Jim! Go, Jim! Woo, we know Jim can do it." And people get their bets, and they're like, "Oh man!" You see the guy's crewmates are like, "Oh man, gonna beat the wiry kid," and he's like, "What, mate? He was real quick. You fired him." "Oh, I will." And so a big brawny dude comes out, fight you next, and you get him too.
Yeah, he just kind of taunts more and more of the friends in as they each lose, and it's just like, "Come on, English, I can take you."
And eventually you get a guy who's got tatted up, and he's got big muscly arms, the shirt sleeves are just ripped off, and he's like, "All right, kid like you shouldn't be able to take a beating quite like this. So yeah, you do this, and fight him too.
Yep.
This guy can
Does the
actually
same.
land a fairly decent punch for a mortal, but you still kind of whoop him a little bit, unless you want to make it look like
Sure.
he wins.
To avoid a bit of suspicion from
Yeah.
upstairs, he will throw this one. Because this
Okay,
guy
so
looks
you throw
like he
this one.
could probably lay Jim flat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is a big guy. He's like 6'2", like
Yeah.
ripped
He'll
muscles.
play like he's too quick to get hit, but
Mhm.
he'll let him get in a good solid
and then you
punch
get like a
and
clock
knock
in
him
the
out.
face, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. He's like, oh, see, you just gotta hit him real hard. You can't go fast with the fast ones. And those crewmates are like, they're like, finally, we got our money back. And they like betting's going around.
Yeah.
Do you go
Good
back
match.
inside the bar to clean up a little
Yeah.
bit?
Yeah, he's like taking a breather. Next, and he'll
All right.
make his way out of the ring.
So you get a little bit of a breather, and I think at this point would be the point where you guys have Tony come out and fight the big brawny guy, because they're both about the same size.
Jim.
And so,
Yeah,
unless Father Seamus wants to fight this guy. Pardon?
Just
Is it me versus Tony?
If you want to fight Tony, you can, but there is currently a big brawny sailor whose name's Jeff, who's in the ring, and Jim threw the fight to him, so
I'll
make it
let
look
Tony
not
take.
suspicious.
I wanna see how Tony fights.
All right.
I'm basically a cheat.
You're basically a cheat. Okay, cool.
what Ichabod is doing while the fight is happening and while everyone is sort of distracted with this is he's checking all of the rooms of new people who are staying there for signs of the plague, because
Okay.
it's worried him a lot.
All right. You check the rooms of the girls, and you don't see any signs of plague up there, but you do get a couple customers come in. It's probably about midnight-ish by this point. They look real tired. They've got like bags under their eyes, and you see like some of that like really tight, dry skin that you associate with the plague. And they come in for a drink. They're like, "Oh man, whatever you got, the strongest you got, anything to help me sleep. I can't sleep." And they look pretty pallid as well.
I say to them very bluntly, "We don't serve drinks. Sorry." And I'm
There's,
recalling
like, a
this from
bottle full
Darius.
of liquor.
I'm recalling this from Dari having told me this when I refused customers, and I'm like, "We reserve the right to refuse service to anyone for any reason."
That's
Wait,
what
is he
Jim
talking
walks
to?
into, is like this group of three people looking real tired, and Ichabod just like almost panicked, like just saying melodically.
Looking at them, I swivel, look to Jim.
Not bad. Yeah. Sorry. Don't worry about him.
All right. Well, no drinks then. I look at the big the wall of alcohol.
What's your pleasure?
Strongest you got. Anything to help me sleep. You notice
Alright.
the
I
same
put a
as
hand
does.
on Jim's, if he goes to reach for a bottle, and then it's gripping hard, and then I just stroke it a little bit, kind of gently. Take your poison.
Okay.
And I look back towards them. Look back towards Jim.
Sorry. Looks like we may have a bit of problem with the drink right now. Wouldn't want to
Chad
get you
sticks his
sick.
head in. We have a problem in here. Anybody I need to remove from the premises?
For behold, I am going to raise up a shepherd in the land who will not care for the perishing, seek the scattered, heal the broken.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. And he kind of just grabs the two guys by the back of the collars.
Oh,
I'm gonna
God.
have to ask y'all to leave. And he kind of just steers them out back onto the street.
Shit. Sometimes I wish I understood half the shit you say. He just looks at Ichabod for a really long time. You got any...
Like I
You're
said.
pulling that shit out of books, right? Something I should be reading?
Ring around the rosy.
Right. Okay. He's just gonna sit at the bar and shake his head.
And shake his head. Yeah, you get a couple more people throughout the night who come in and ask for something to help them sleep. They just look real tired, real kind of pale. And we'll go back outside to where Tony is gonna fight Sailor Jeff. Oh, I should have named him Jerry. Missed opportunities.
Aw.
Jerry, you
It's not too late.
It's not too late,
It's
yeah.
not too late.
Save
Jeff
it for
Jerry.
another session.
More to come.
There's more episodes.
Every sailor you introduce, we're gonna be like, what's your name though?
Wait for it.
So they get out into the ring, and they're about the same size. They look pretty evenly matched, but Dari knows this is not a fair fight, and this is probably how he actually got a good few hits on Jim. They fight. Let's see. Let's just see how this goes. I think I can roll. 5, 10. Yeah. That's Mr. Stay. Oh, damn, he's doing pretty good. Okay. This is Mr. Demon. So the fight looks pretty convincing because the mortal is doing pretty damn well. Pretty damn well. That's like, let's see, 4, 6 successes. He's doing pretty good.
Ronan, that
Whoa.
fucking subtrain.
Woo! My goodness gracious.
Holy moly, Ronan, see the 10 subs. Holy shit. Thank you, guys.
Destroyer of worlds
Okay, yeah, Ronan,
and
right.
maker of worlds.
Right.
So,
Give me a lot
They,
of Will's
they fight.
dongle on the screen.
and it looks pretty convincing, but then Sailor Jeff, I'm gonna call him Sailor Jerry now. Sailor Jeff lands a solid crack against the jaw, and you guys hear a much louder crack than would normally come from the jaw of an individual as you hear Tony's neck snap. And you see like the body falls forward onto Jeff for a moment. And let's see, is occultic skill? Yes. If
Yeah.
I could have anyone who's watching this fight give me like a let's
you
say
roll for
a
me?
wits occult check to see if you notice anything strange going on.
7 dice for me.
Okay.
So 5. And then 2 more after this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5
Although
successes.
the first ones that you rolled were d12s.
Oh,
so-
those were not supposed to be d12s. They were.
It's because the D12s and the D10s are overlapped.
Okay, so let's do 5 of those then. I was like, damn, that was a lot of successes.
I know, it's like 11. How'd you get 11 on a d10?
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Oh,
I've been doing
that's
it this
still
whole
a
time.
lot of
That's still decent.
successes. Nice.
1, 2, 3,
All right.
4 successes. Okay.
And I believe the
That's
father
even-
can make
sorry.
this check as well if he wanted to. 'Cause he's outside watching, right?
You have a cult, right?
I do
Okay,
indeed.
yeah.
Of course I do. Fucking relate to you.
All right, you have 3
That's
successes.
3 successes.
So you notice as Tony's neck snaps, there seems to be like Jeff's eyes kind of glaze over black for just a split second. Nothing that a mortal would notice, but you guys have superhuman senses. And he kind of staggers and takes a couple steps back, and then like drops the body. He's like, "Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That was, wow. You didn't." Whew.
I'm gonna straight into the ring because somebody has been withholding shit from me, and I don't know that anyone else knows that he is what he is, and I've just picked up on it. I'm gonna vault into the ring, and as he's just literally killed a man in our presence, I'd like to try and restrain this motherfucker.
No, no.
Okay.
See, Godspeed, Father. As he goes.
Yeah.
Just to myself, though, I'm like holding onto a pillar, and like the wind is flowing behind me, and it's sort of like a romantic scene all in my head.
How does my companion feel about this, or am I able to
He
distract him?
looks very intrigued. Like, he looked kind of bored during some of the other fights, but now he's intrigued.
Do you want this to carry on? Or should I put a stop to it?
I think I would like to fight that sailor down there.
I think that I'd be more than happy to let you do that. And I stand up and I lean over the balcony. Brother Seamus?
Do I have an opportunity to try and restrain him before this happens?
Yeah, you can do that. Give me like a strength brawl. Or a strength athletics, actually, because you're just trying to restrain him, not trying to punch him. So
Damn it.
give me a
Does he
strength
resist?
athletics. Yeah, he's gonna resist a little bit. He's in a fight
In which
ring,
case,
and
I probably will. I'm not gonna lie. I probably will hit him if he tries to resist.
Okay.
Like, I'm not trying to kill him, but I most definitely don't want this fucker leaving. So, can I get away with?
It's not like he's resisting, like to try to bolt. It looks like he's just trying to, like, play the situation like, oh, you saw that was self-defense, because no one else noticed. They just think that an accidental death occurred during the fighting in the ring, which has happened on a couple occasions.
Yeah.
So that is 4 successes.
Excellent. He's gonna make an athletics check as well.
I'll be standing up, like my head off the balcony, trying to get your attention. I'll look very calm.
1, 2, 3. You got 3 successes or 4? 1,
4.
4. So you are able to restrain him. He's like, oh,
Yeah. I'm just gonna have him like pinned against the
it
edge
was
of
an
the-
accident. I guess he didn't go
Brother.
with the punch.
It's all right, Seamus. Accidents happen, and I kind of wink at you. Just let this one go. We have our good friend here that wants to get into the ring. He says he ain't never seen anybody fight like that before, neither have I. Why don't I come on down and help you take care of that?
I look around, there's a body in the ring, and say, it's probably a best idea that we have the ring cleared first, and
That's exactly what I was getting at.
I'd like to try
Ichabod
and
is like
drag him.
dragging the body away.
Okay.
Just like by the leg.
We're like, can you just see
Where's
like
he dragging it to?
I
Where's
don't
he dragging
know.
the
Just
body
the
away?
closet. The closet.
It's my
Yeah,
closet.
the broom closet. That's where all the bodies go.
So,
Like, it's like you're
so
talking,
I
and
guess
it's
this
like all the
works.
body's just moving, like slide.
yeah, so I
I'll
guess Jim
escort
probably
our
keeps
person
dragging
over.
this body inside and upstairs.
I'd like to take new sailor buddy out back,
This is
away
out back.
from
He's already out back.
like somewhere, somewhere. I need to take him somewhere quiet, like somewhere away from
I
this.
hope you can do it in the next 15 seconds. We're on our way down the stairs.
Yeah, I know,
Okay.
but I'm immediately like, how about
Like
you
you
and me
guys are
get
in
some
like the
water?
back alleyways, and so you
Yeah.
got like the side alleys instead of just the back alleys. If you want to like just go around the corner.
Can I make a roll or something to see if I would know what the fuck I just witnessed? Like, or was that enough to tell me?
You know some kind. You rolled 3 successes.
Yeah.
You think some kind of possession may have happened.
Okay, so I vaguely know I'm dealing with something that is switched bodies, but I would have no idea of like, I don't
Either
immediately
switched
just like
bodies
demon or
or
ghost
just
or...
jumped into the sailor's body as the kill was made.
Yeah, okay. I want to take him out. Yeah, we'll take him like to one side, and I'm gonna look at him.
Like just
I will
outside
like
of the ring.
lay off him. Yeah, I'll lay off him like considerably. Like once he's out of the way, and like
His skin is
immediately
hot
turn
to the
more-
touch.
much more.
It's like his skin is warming up the longer you like hold it.
I become much more hospitable the second we step outside. Is like I go from like, oh my god, you killed a guy, like, nah, no sweat, I kill people all the time. And I look at him and say, I want an explanation as to who and what exactly you are.
name's Jeff. I'm a sailor
Nice to meet
of the buddies.
And I will publicly humiliate you. And believe me, the person coming down here to fight you, you don't want to have any more enemies than you possibly already do. So come clean, because you weren't you a minute ago.
I will be at this point introducing our newcomer into the ring, like,
yeah.
so and so, fighter,
He
blah
takes
blah
off
blah.
his,
He's kind of
like,
stalling and
fine
being
velvet
like,
jacket.
Seamus, get him the fuck back in here.
Yeah, he's like slowly taking off his velvet jacket, and he like drapes it over you, like you're over your arm, so you can hold on to it for him. And he's just like adjusting his cuffs, like he's very nonchalant about this whole thing. And you see Jeff, who you're talking to, just around the corner. He's like, "So, I see you noticed what happened. Good eye.
Talk fast.
I'm trying to be discreet. I'm a bit on the last body I was in.
What
Turns
are
out
you?
Oh, nightmare to mortals. I am something your clergy would not be very happy with, vampire.
Can I put two and two together here?
You think he might be a
Like,
demon?
I don't know. Yeah, okay. I didn't know if I know about demons so much, but yeah, okay.
I mean,
As
you've had enough religious experience, and Dari being your sister and what she's into, you probably. You're not like 100%, but you're like, this is probably what this guy is, maybe.
I look at him and I say, "You said you were trying to lay low. I'm presuming whoever it was who was here earlier that we turned away was here looking for you. You want us to keep shelter. Right. You want us to keep sheltering you. You put a good fight in and you lose. And if we don't believe you, you are hung out to dry. The man you're about to fight, you do not want to piss him off."
Well, I'll give him a good fight then, seems what he wants. And then if things don't go well for this mortal coil, I'll hop into another.
Very well. I don't know. I guess I'll let him go and someone will introduce him.
Alright, yeah, he'll kind of strut back into the ring. You see, like, he takes a couple steps, and then he goes back into like the jaunty kind of sea walk that Jeff had beforehand. As he enters back into the ring. Is Dari announcing everything?
Yep, I'll announce him and bring him into the ring.
Okay. The reigning champion of the evening, Jeff the Sailor. Sailor Jeff. And and he
Sailor Jeff.
he kind of like, psychs up. And Mr. Bruja, who he has confided in you, Dari, that his name is, that he told you to call him Cassius.
Oh, Cassius? Okay. Cassius and Jeff. Okay, sorry, wait, that's not the right character. Cassius and Jeff. Sorry. Losing my character voices, so many different characters. Cassius and Jeff now entering the ring. This is going to be a fight for the ages. Make sure that you've got your money in with Jim, because this one's going to get fucking nasty. We've already seen one dead body. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get to see two. Let's go, boys. Get it into the middle ring. Let's go.
Jim's holding out the betting bucket.
Yeah. Bets are going pretty well into Sailor Jeff's favor, because they all kind of look at Cassius like, oh, that guy's a bit of a fop. There's no way he's going to be able to take on a brawny sailor like Jeff. Whereas you all kind of know better, so, you know what side to bet on for this fight. And the fight begins. They kind of just start circling each other, and the vampires all kind of notice that Jeff's eyes kind of flicker to solid black every once in a while. Too fast for the mortals to be able to tell, but he's definitely using some kind of devilish powers as he's fighting this Bruja. This
Well, I want to
Justicar.
have Seamus while the fighting is going on. I see that you've already put 2 and 2 together. Leave my demon out of this.
Okay, so we have a demon in the ring. Who's the other guy?
Oh, he's just a friend of the prince. And I smile and I flash my face at him.
And we're letting him fight a fucking...
Do you want to go and fucking stop him? Do you want to stop either of them from doing this? Because I fucking don't. I think it's kind of fucking funny.
I'm not stepping in the ring with...
Alright, let's go, boys! You're doing it! Yeah, fucking get him!
Like, oh, do you want to fight him instead? Then let it happen.
Let's fucking... How often do you get to see a vampire fight a demon? Woo! Let's fucking go! I should put some money in there. You've got the winner, right?
Barry's clearly having a great night.
Fuck that, I know I'm not fighting the winner. Not a chance.
Oh, that's the worst. That's
Fighting
fighting
the
the
winner.
winner.
All right.
Jim's setting down the betting bucket next to them, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on here?
The
Jim
fight
boy.
goes on.
We're gonna give him a
It
little
starts-
nutty.
And you kind of notice the eyes of all the mortals that are standing in the ring. They all kind of glaze over.
Oh, dear.
And the fight
Dari's fucking
begins.
losing her shit. She loves this.
And so the demon and the Justicar begin to exchange blows. It is lightning fast. The Justicar is definitely getting some more blows in. Seems that the demon is still getting accustomed to this specific body, but adapting quickly. You see, like, it's almost as if the area in the alleyway darkens a little bit. Like, the whole area is cast in a shadow. You look up, the moon's still out there. It's still bright. It's a bright gibbous moon, but this alley is getting a bit darker. Fights go back and forth. But it seems that the demon, good old Jeff, just can't keep up. But the Justicar seems to be entertained. This isn't something he can... Again, he wanted to fight something that wasn't a one and done, one punch dead. And so he seems to be enjoying the bloodletting. He's almost toying with Jeff, like a cat and mouse. Just claws rake out, blood comes out, and then at the last moment, sinks his fangs into the neck and just drains him. Now, I need...
F for Jeff. F for Jeff.
I have to pay respects.
Goodbye, Jeff. It was nice to know you.
Now, I'm
I said lose. I didn't mean
gonna roll.
quite that dramatically.
I'm gonna roll something and see if Jeff is able to hop bodies in time, or if he goes down with this sudden finishing of the fight. All right, so we're gonna roll.
Sweet Jeff.
That'll solve one problem.
I have no idea what's gonna happen.
That's what happens when you have 2 problems. You put him in the fucking center of the ring and then you have 1 problem. Easy.
And we've got a bounty
This
on
is
the
why we
body
have the
downstairs.
fighting ring,
I'm
apparently.
collecting the
Yeah,
cash
yeah,
for that body. I'm a caller guy. Or actually a sender runner, I
Actually-
guess.
We're gonna let Jeff use a nat 20, and he's gonna hop bodies just in the nick of time. And the Justicar doesn't seem to notice, as he is too enthralled with just feasting upon this body.
He's just doing this in
And-
public in the middle of the ring. Fuck,
Me
whatever.
and Jim just
We've
get back
seen-
with our brooms, and like I set my broom back, and I come back in, and I go back and get my broom and start mopping up.
Dari is howling, laughing throughout all of this. I mean, it's
Yes.
just, she can't get in trouble. He's the one doing it. Like, my fucking hands are clean of this.
And you do notice that none of the mortals are reacting. They're just doing. It's like
Yeah.
they're keeping up the actions they were doing before. It's like, again, like an NPC with the broom. They're just clapping, woo, yeah, and then just like clapping. Like their eyes are kind of just glazed over.
Oh, he's totally fucking presencing them so they don't know what's going on. This is great.
And he, as a final bit, he just drops, and it's almost as if when you guys drain a body, it just looks really, anemic. This one almost looks mummified. Like the skin is super taut against the bone. It's.
I am standing ovation at this point. Just brava, brava.
And he kind of like pulls out a handkerchief and just dabs at his face, and then just throws it down on top of the corpse. Well, this evening is better than I anticipated so far. And he kind of looks back over at Dari and then holds out his hand.
I will kind of look at you and just nod my head, and I'm going to go on over and take his hand. Well, we try to only offer the best here at this establishment. I didn't think that we'd be meeting the best.
Well, I'm in town for a little while. Let's make the best out of what we have left of the evening. At least until I have to go meet the prince. I still have a couple hours. And he kind of he looks you up and down again.
Blink, 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 blink when he talks about meeting the prince. Like, okay. I don't suppose that you'd be able to take me along for the ride.
Networking.
Not tonight,
Yeah,
but maybe if you play your cards right, young one.
I've been told that I can play a few games of cards. Why don't you come up to my room? Let's see if you can get a perfect hand.
Yes. Let's. And you lead him up to your room.
Lingering kiss, I use lingering kiss.
And what does lingering kiss do?
If he wants to resist, so lingering kiss basically means that if I feed on him, if he lets me, makes it basically like the most sexual experience ever. It is the height of ecstasy for vampires and mortals, I believe. And double check on that real quick.
And if you feed on him, there's a chance a blood bond could form. Yeah, he's about that. He'll let you do that.
Okay. The kiss of a vampire. Oh, mine. I have the bond flaw, so I'm bonded to him no matter.
Okay.
But the kiss of a vampire induces near ecstasy in mortals. This might only work on mortals, actually.
Might only work on mortals? Okay.
Let me just double check that. Yeah, no, it looks like just mortals.
Okay. Well, then you probably don't use that then, so.
Yeah, no, it specifically says mortals. I thought it was both mortals and vampires.
Well.
Okay, so I don't do that then.
Okay. So you guys go up to your room, and it seems like you have a very bloody, shriveled corpse in the center of the ring, and it seems that some of the mortals are kind of starting to, like, unglaze a little bit. What do you guys do? Ichabod, Seamus, and Jim.
I placidly go and get the body and start dragging it back into my closet with Jim.
Okay.
Fuck, I am going to take my coat and throw my coat over the body to cover up the extent of what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
And then I
guess Ichabod and Jim were dragging the body out of there as quick as possible.
All right. Jeff the Sailor. You see, like, the couple guys Jeff came with, like, whoa. Where'd Jeff go? Anyone seen Jeff? Wasn't he just in the ring? Maybe he went in for a drink. Maybe he went back to the boat. They seem a little bit confused. They eventually, they stick their heads in, like, oh, see, maybe he must have been going back to his ship. Whew. And then, they go back to their boat. They seem just a little confused about what happened, where Jeff went, but they don't really question it too much. They're pretty inebriated.
I just put the body on top of the other body with Jim.
Okay. Yep.
Shit.
And then I
running out of space in here.
I move to close the door on Jim, with me in there.
Hey,
Until he got him out. I'm just like,
He's
this is my
before
room.
the door can shut. Good night.
He's not forcing it. He's just
Being a fucking weirdo.
yeah.
Yeah, so he gets out of the closet and heads back downstairs to where Seamus is.
All right.
So, Ichabod thinks, what a weirdo.
So lame.
That gives me the crease.
Weirdy.
And I don't think I'm
Feeling
feeding on
is
him.
mutual.
I think we're just... Actually, no, we would be feeding because it's basically what vampires do for sex. So yeah, there would be blood bond. And I would get a point of blood back at least because I can only feed off vampires, right? Yeah. Fuck, I am bonded to him. Fuck.
All right.
Fuck.
Yay!
That means he also is bonded to me a little, potentially? How does that work? How does Viatre, is that how you say it still? I'm gonna look that up.
The-
Okay. I don't think he's gonna drink from you,
Okay, that's fine.
but he'll let you drink
Smartass.
from him,
I'm all about that.
which would relieve a point of hunger because I think you're at 2.
Mhm.
So that will relieve a point of hunger, but you're also a little blood bonded. Okay,
Ooh, look how blood
so
bonded to
downstairs
that
you guys have some bodies. Jim went over to Father Seamus. By this point, the fight club's kind of ended early tonight, as everyone's a little generally confused, not sure who to fight next, and they're all just like, yeah, all right, we'll pick our winnings or losings and leave. Some of them just come into the bar and get drinks, others just kind of meander down the street looking for other rowdy places to cause a ruckus.
Okay. Fuck. I guess I will like escort a few people out who are too inebriated, and I'll make sure like I'm gonna help move the bodies because I'm a bit bigger than the other two, and turn away anyone who asks questions or anything like that. Fuck. How we do? Like, I guess we need like carpet, don't we? We just need a room that's full of carpets and rugs.
Just a bunch of rugs.
Yeah, but
We just
no,
have a lot of
I-
throw rugs.
yeah, a lot of throw rugs. Yeah. I think I'll probably
Leave it on the brothel
yeah,
list, definitely not the reason why.
I'll go and sort of like fold up some bodies and chuck them in bags and sort of go through the process of just getting them out of the establishment or hiding them or whatever we need to do.
And you
until-
do know that there is, for the body of Tony, there is a reward of $500.
Oh yeah, I won't damage that one. And I will. Actually, I suppose that one we don't need to hide so much. So I will take him to one side, and if anyone
make it kind
does
of look like,
question,
because his neck was just snapped, so you kind of can make him look like he's just kind of passed out drunk at a table.
yeah. And I will sit there,
You do
and
the headlock
I
test.
guess I'll.
Let's fold some bodies.
I look to Jim, and I'm like, do you happen to know where the
The tax
Oh no, I
man?
don't know. No, never mind. I don't actually know there's a bounty on his head, do I?
No, you
No, because I
don't.
knew fuck all about the guy. I fucked up my in-flight check. Yeah. So in which case, I'll just store the body with the rest of the bodies in. Like, I open the door and hand the body to Ichabod. He's just like, I'm gonna hold this, please.
Was the poster like? Did we put that up, or was that just?
Yeah, I
sitting
would have put
around
that
at the bar?
poster on the front of the door because I was trying to be like, yeah, we'll keep an eye out for this guy. So
And he
As well, I might notice it
totally
when I'm-
believed you.
yeah.
I might have noticed it if I was escorting people out. Could I roll like a deception check?
Yeah, you would
See
have
if they
noticed it.
fucking-
It's, I mean, you guys don't put posters out often. Your business
Yeah.
is usually
I don't
pretty
think we ever
expensive.
put posters.
Yeah. Like I think, yeah. I'll
What's
put it-
this?
Yeah.
Hey, this body matches this poster.
I'm doing it in the door. I've got a dead body, and I'm like, hey, look at that! What do you know?
Wait a minute.
Like, turn his head to look at the poster and then look back.
He looks at me, I look at him,
Pick it
I'm
up
like,
and put it
oh,
down the
buddy,
check.
we're making money, we're making money.
That's
Yeah, I guess
That's
I'll
the thing to
I'll
see in the
take
doorway.
him. I'll take him I'll take him sit him in the corner booth, in the exact same corner booth where the last dead body was. I'll check he's actually dead by slamming his head into it repeatedly, and then I'll go out and I'll be like, okay, right, take the poster down, and I guess I'll take the poster down, roll it up,
put
keep
it in
it
his
on my
shirt pocket.
person, and I'll make it sure his hood's up and everything like that. Does the poster say who to report to, or does it just say wanted?
Says wanted
sure
for
it'd be like
tax
one of
evasion amongst other crimes. Please report to the Internal Revenue Service. Although you know that because it is a wanted poster, if you took it to a law enforcement individual, they would be able to pay you the reward as well.
Yeah, he said something about this witch hunter though, and I don't want to hand it in. I'm gonna wait to chat to everyone about this.
Your sister is fucking rich.
Yeah.
$500 is not that much.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna hold on to this for now, because but I also don't want anyone else claiming it. So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Ichabod. I take it up to Ichabod, and I'll bring up a tea set with no tea, so he can have a tea party or whatever the
New
fuck
body.
Ichabod does. Just sit the bodies around with him so he can tell them stories.
He's wearing a Mad Hatter's hat at this point, and he's
It's
set
a
up a
really
little
fancy top
table.
hat.
Yeah, set up a little table, and he'll put the other bodies that are down there into different poses and stuff, and the new one can sit ahead. Just waiting for Alice, who's Dari, who's not returning, but
Yeah.
he's
He's
happy.
not coming.
Alice is the one person who's coming, but he'll ask now.
We're busy.
Buzzay.
Busy.
And then I need to feed at some point. I'm already at 2 levels of hunger, and we're getting.
You're at 2
late
levels
in
of
the
hunger?
day,
You're
so-
fine.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm thinking by the end of the day, I'm probably gonna go up 1 as well. So.
No, I think it's the
Maybe.
beginning of every morning.
Oh yeah.
Depends on what you do at the end of the night.
Fuck
So
it,
you've
I've
got a few
I've got
bodies in a
priest.
closet. Ichabod's having a tea party. You get a few more people. I guess Jim's taking over for the bar right now. Probably. Yeah. So you get
just,
a couple more people coming
so
in.
they don't close too suspiciously early.
A couple people come in asking for something to help them sleep. There does appear to be more people kind of awake and wandering the streets than normal right now. With the same kind of plague symptoms, really pale. Kind of has the splitting skin a little bit.
Yeah. Seeing some of those symptoms, he would try to turn them away using that same excuse of oh, sorry, we're
Shad,
fresh out of
Chad.
the stress.
Chad's like, all right.
We're trying to wrap up for the night.
As he slide another drink over to somebody else. We're wrapping up.
Yep. sorry,
Love
no new customers tonight.
Okay. So do you guys kind of close the bar down a little bit early? About an hour after Dari went upstairs, you see Cassius at the top of the stairs. He straightens his jacket and then just walks out of the establishment.
Can I go check on my sister, please? Yes.
Yeah,
I'll wait. I clearly won't. I'm not gonna be jumping in his grave. I don't I'll pay him due diligence and wait for him to leave.
Yeah, politely wait for him
Open
to
the door for
exit.
him. Yeah, and then I run upstairs like a fucking madman.
You find Dari. She is, undead and well.
Okay.
I'm dead and well, yeah. Alive
I was
and
gonna say
well.
alive and well, but she's not alive.
Yeah.
Well, isn't this a bit of a fun evening? I say, kind of giggling and rolling over in the bed, and sex hair, obviously, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I like him.
Yeah, his blood was delicious. It was
Delicious.
very, like a fine aged wine, basically.
Well, don't look at me like that. We have to be hospitable.
Did he give you any indication as to why he was here?
Maybe because of what you were saying before, they can hear everything. You now understand what I said, that maybe we need to be a little bit more careful when it comes to that? Did you see how he made the whole freaking audience just do whatever they want? They didn't even know what was going on. He used his power on all of them. He could squish us just like that, and he's not even the prince. Do you imagine an entire pack coming after us?
I get it.
Finally.
Look.
I don't like being mean to you. You're my favorite person in the whole world, and I love you more than life itself.
Remember those days when we used to just do what we wanted?
It was nice, but that's back home in Ireland. We're here in
That's
America.
not the point. My point was that back then we thought we were strong and we had freedom. And it turns out we were weak, but we still had freedom to do what we wanted. Now we're strong and...
We don't have as much freedom and it's bothering you. Is that what's bothering you, brother? Is it that we don't have the power that we once did?
Not yet.
Not yet, but it'll come. And now we've got the rest of the time in all of the world to deal with it.
Next time we have a demon in the establishment, maybe let me know.
Oh yes, I'll just go around Prince and tell my brother who worships God that we've got demons running about all willy-nilly.
God comes second to you. You should know that by now.
I'll kind of grab you and hug you and put my head up against your chest. Well, I don't know. You got really mad at me yesterday and we didn't share the same bed.
Well then, maybe that'll fix all of our problems. Come on with me tonight.
Alright. But only if you let me poke the priest in the cage a little bit.
I don't think you're the only one who needs to poke him.
What's wrong?
Just a little.
Oh, you didn't get your fight tonight and now you're still antsy?
Well,
We could go and cause a fight somewhere else. We've got a few bodies to take over. Maybe we could go over to that place, the guy who burns the bodies for us. We'll just throw them out in the street. The plague patrol can get them. We're gonna shut down early tonight and have some fun. Everything's been so fucking serious around here. You guys are all angry. He's talking about wanting to have fun and freedom. Why don't we go find some fucking freedom of our own tonight? I kind of jab him, trying to get you to smile.
I go to jab you and remember I have a knuckle duster and I'm twice your size and I'm like, maybe not. But yeah, alright.
Alright.
Let's show them the fucking mischief from back home.
Let's show them how it gets done in fucking Ireland.
I do the thing I take the priest's collar off and I'm like, let's fuck shit up.
We'll come downstairs. Alright, boys and girls, we're going to shut down the bar. Get the fuck out of my establishment. Jim, come on. Let's go cause a ruckus. Tired of people coming and fucking up my bar. Let's go fuck up somebody else's.
Doing a pub crawl?
Fuck yeah.
I'm gonna go get Ichabod out. I go get Ichabod out of the closet. I'll go in and I'll knock politely though. I don't want to interrupt.
Tony, you can come too, wherever the fuck you are.
Oh yeah.
Ichabod opens
Chad,
the door
you
like
want to
sitting
come
on
for a
top of
night?
Chat'll nod. He's like, yeah, I think I could go do with a drink. Bounced a lot of people from this establishment tonight.
And I love you. You've been doing such a good job.
Did Chad get a fight tonight?
He did.
He didn't fight, but he did because he was busy kicking sick people out of the bar all night.
Yeah.
He was punting the plagued.
Yeah, he was
punting
plague
Plague punting. I love that. Yeah.
I think Ichabod will say to Father Seamus, "Is Alice going?"
Alice is going. Yes. And it would be good for you to hear new stories of faraway places.
Fuck out with
That
those.
roll matters. Spirit glided
Something
past my face
troubled you.
and the hair on my body stood on end. I stand up and I'll come with him downstairs with the team.
I want to stop him for a moment and you know those stories that you love so much? How hard was it for the first time when you realized they were real.
Evil is not anything small or close to home. Not the worst. Otherwise one could grow accustomed to it.
It only makes sense.
I look at him and I nod and I say, "You're right. Here is what's important. Out there, it's a big, scary world." Because I've just realized that Ichabod believes in the shit. Like, he suddenly started believing in fairy tales and everything like that. And I believe in the Bible and have just actually met a fucking demon. So I actually think this is, like, the most relatable Ichabod's ever been to me. Like, in all seriousness. And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, he actually probably completely understands what I'm going for. It's just, can I understand what he's saying to me? So, yeah,
Yeah. He sees the recognition.
Yeah. And I clasp him on the shoulder and I say, "Come now. Labeled or not, Alice will be drinking tonight."
I hold up a little finger and say, Jesus asked him, "What is your name?" "Legion," he replied.
You'll always have a place here.
He follows along.
All right.
And
So you guys
I'll lead him
go-
out, yeah.
Bar hopping? A little bit of
Yeah, I'm gonna
establishment.
take a bottle of booze off the shelf to make it look like we're kind of carousing, even though Freak is
Carousing?
like passing
Sure.
it around and dumping
Kinda
it
just
on the
like
ground.
pour
We're
a
like
little out
pretending
every
to
so
drink.
often. Like,
Yeah,
Jim's
it makes
got
it looks like we're
Drink it.
drinking.
For
Yeah.
my-
Oh yeah, that's right. You can actually fucking drink. Okay, so you.
Oh my god!
drink.
Jimmy's gonna be so drunk!
Yes.
I don't drink, but I go and talk to really drunk people, and I make a lot of sense
And
to them.
makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah,
I hate when
talk
you
to,
make
like-
sense. It's the creepiest.
You talk to like one really drunk person, and it's like a lady, and you see she's definitely a voodoo practitioner. She's got charms and amulets, and she is just wasted. She's like, she's verschnooked. That's how gone she is. So she kind of like walks up to Ichabod and says, "Oh, so you've been seeing what's been going on?
Have you?
The movements. Oh, it hits some and not others. And then the dying, they be dying too, not us.
I
We're
don't know my
safe.
head.
We are safe. We are protected." She kind of pats her charms, her voodoo charms.
I keep the wolf on the door.
That is wise. You are wise. And she kind of like stumbles a bit. She says, "Keep your eyes out. Keep your ears out. And don't be letting the cows cross your path."
Woe to the shepherds who are destroying and scattering the sheep of my pasture.
And she kind of just, at that point, she kind of just like falls like into like a pile of refuse. She's so drunk, and she's just like thunk in the alleyway. But she nods like, "Yeah, he gets it." And thunk.
I look down to her. If she falls unconscious, I would like to see what she dreams,
Okay. So you,
if anything.
yeah. So, what did I have you roll for the last time? That's an excellent
Oh,
question.
goodness. That was a whole week ago.
I know, it was a whole 7 days. I think I had you roll like an insight.
I think an insight might have been right.
Let's go with another, like, wits insight.
Boom. I got.
Oh, you got a crit. Yeah, 2 10s.
Got a crit.
So,
Boom.
yeah. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 4, 5 successes. So you kind of like kneel next to her, and she appears very healthy. You get the feeling that she dreams of caution, of protection, all her trinkets and stuff, they kind of rustle in the slight breeze that's going on, and she dreams of protection from the plague.
I get the sense that these charms have any real use.
You believe that she believes so. If you'd like to, if you have any points in occult, I will allow you to roll, like an intelligence occult.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Let's try that again. No.
No, you're not sure.
Hmm.
But you believe that she believes that they protect her.
Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. I'll go back inside.
Okay. Your friends are there, kind of carousing. You guys, what are you guys looking for as you're carousing?
Dari's just kind of high on life right now and wants to continue the ride.
Okay.
And so, honestly, I almost want to find another bar that's like ours and be like, this is our turf now, but we can't really do that. I mean, we have I've got Streetwise. Where's a good place to party? Where's a good place to get fucked up?
You know that you're in the right district to get messed up, and that there are still a couple places going strong at this point. So you go down to the let's call it the Crimson Vixen, and that is where it is still happening.
I don't brawl. This sucks. I want to get into a fight, but all I can do is shoot people. I don't think that's a good idea.
Maybe don't do that. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I mean, we could play the old honeypot routine of you could start a fight and I'll fucking finish the fight.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Oh, that's so funny. I could go pick a fight with like some big guy. And then
I'm taking off like my rosary, everything that says like I'm a local holy
That
man.
says you're a priest. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'll put like my
Like,
hood
the
up
white
and
collar
I will
comes
just
out.
be like this.
Undercover priest.
Yeah, oh yeah. Undercover priest. It's like undercover boss, but you're undercover priest. I go to like the local brothel and I hang out like I'm one of the guys, and then at the next sermon I just shame everyone. It's great.
It's like undercover millionaire, secret millionaire, whatever, but like
Yeah, that's exactly what this is.
Yeah, there is a surprising number of people still up and awake. It is a weeknight, but there's a lot of people up and awake.
I'm gonna. By the way, I'm gonna head to the super quick, but Ichabod's heading to the orphanage. So,
Okay,
Oh,
sure.
no, fuck.
Fine.
We could go and hunt some children. That's a great idea. Let's go and terrify some children.
When they start getting into fights.
I would love to terrify some children, actually. That sounds great. Do you mention that you're going to the,
I probably like
the
mumble it
orphanage?
because he's got like a thing going on with like you almost being like his
Molly.
parents.
He doesn't want
So,
you
yeah.
guys. He's like sneaking out.
He's sneaking out there.
We could come along with you. We could tell some stories of our own.
The old Irish folk.
You two telling stories to kids?
I mean, it's not like they'd be appropriate stories. I just want to scare the shit out of them.
It's like, it's not like anything's gonna be scarier than this, and I hold up the Bible, I'm like, have you heard some of the shit in here? Like,
You know,
Nobody's ever
Right.
going to believe children. Oh, there's a fucking monster under me bed. Oh.
From the
have you ever
mouth
woken
of
up with
babes.
Ichabod under our bed?
All right, we'll leave the children alone. Fuck. forgot that Ichabod has a thing like you don't fuck with kids.
Yeah, he's something very uncomfortable about that. When you guys like, I'm going to.
No. Yeah.
Fine, alright. You go off and you go and play with the children and show them a fucking good time. What am I going to do? I've been out. What do you do for fun, Jim? What about you, Chad? Yeah, you two are still
Jim and
fucking
Chad
normal.
are the only ones standing there with like holding drinks.
Yeah, they're like having drinks. They're doing what they're doing for fun, basically.
Well, this fucking sucks. I
Yes,
think we need to terrorize some people.
I'm off for that.
We could go into a bar and start a bar fight and win.
Who's the biggest competition in town?
The biggest competition in town is technically right next door, I believe, but I don't...
Who's the second biggest competition in town?
I like where you're going with this. Who's the next biggest bar in town?
Yeah.
The next biggest, it's hard to say. There are a ton of bars. Like every second or third building is a bar for several blocks.
Nearest one to the docks.
We already did start Plague Panic. We did that last episode. You watched the
You
VOD.
did start some Plague Panic. You see,
Yeah.
that there is actually, you do see, as you're kind of like talking about which bar we want to go to next, you see Gustav with his hearse and cart. It's hearse and horse? Horse and cart? It's hearse and horse.
Yeah. Hearse and horse.
It's hearse and horse. Just kind of on the road.
Gustav! What the fuck are you
Hey,
doing?
Gustav.
Guten Abend, it is a pleasure to see you. How are you all doing this fine evening?
What we're doing... Uh-oh, I went southern for a second.
Out on a bit of a bender,
and-
you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
I'm on a
leaning to
bender
Gustav.
of my own, you could say. And he kind of gestures to the hearse, and you see that there are several bodies in there. Business
Fuck.
is, shall we say, booming right now.
Fuck.
Business is good, as you'd say.
Ah, sehr gut.
He's good, yeah.
It's good, yeah?
Sehr gut.
I'm gonna.
We had a few.
There's a bit of panic spreading, which makes the plague even more exciting.
Lindy,
Jim's gonna
would
look
we
at
have
Barry.
maps?
Would we have what?
Can you catch the fucking plague? Can you catch the fucking plague?
You guys won't get sick, but you can be carriers, so you know you should not feed on the sick.
I'm worried about him because he's a thin blood, though. So...
He's worried
Can he
about that
actually,
too.
like, get
'Cause-
sick?
no.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
sure about Jim. No one really knows
Well,
much
why
about
don't you stand the
thin
fuck
blood
back there, Jim? Because I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe take a step away from the plague carrier. Yeah,
Why don't you keep drinking? Maybe that'll kill all the fucking antibodies or whatever. I don't know.
I don't know how bodies
So
work.
I don't know how bodies work.
would we have
I don't think I have anything in medicine. Let me check.
would we have maps of the local area?
You guys are fairly familiar with the local area.
No, I got like a dick all in medicine.
She's all
Well,
dry
I
now.
wouldn't have- Oh,
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
not. Wet spot.
so no, I was just wondering if like we'd have like any map or anything like that because I'm thinking, can we get him to like note down where the plague's like where
I'd say
he's had
one
to
of you
collect bodies
probably
from?
has a map of the area. Probably Dari, so that way people who come in, she can point out places of interest, like in the city. Like, oh, how do I get to here? She
Like
can
a
give them-
concierge, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or a
that kind of
maitre
thing.
d'.
I say we get him to mark everywhere that's been exposed to the plague on your map, so we know. See if we can figure out where it's coming from, where it's spreading. Or...
Okay, that's not a bad idea,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah, get him to mark the plague down.
Yeah, he'll like kind of take out his pen, or charcoal pencil, that he uses. Like he writes like on the tags, and he just ties them around the victim's toe, and just like throws them in, or a finger or something. And he'll mark down places on your map. You notice that it's pretty much all over the city. He said he'll go back and be like, well, the other night I picked up a body here, one here, and one here. Tonight has been quite exciting. There's been even more here, and here.
Right. How do you get anything else done?
Well, some nights are rather boring, but this one is quite exciting. I will probably be up a little late this morning, but It cannot be helped. There is much work to do.
Tari kind of nods her heads, picturing shooting into a pile of dead bodies just to see what would happen. But, all right, then.
Are you guys like looking at the bodies in his cart at all?
I mean, Dari thinks she's immune to everything at this point, being a vampire. So I don't think she'd be afraid about like lifting up and taking a look inside. I'm gonna purposely be not breathing though, so I don't have to smell that shit.
Can I try and stop her if there are people around? Because I'm just worried that if people see her...
Everyone who's kind of around right now is, like, really, really drunk. So you don't... Yeah.
Well, that's fucking disgusting.
Give me an intelligence medicine check. You don't have medicine.
2. I don't have medicine,
give me an investigation. You don't have medicine? Roll investigation?
I don't have investigation either. I can give you a straight intelligence.
What about you insight?
I've got insight. All right, so that's 4 dice.
Right, roll me an intelligence insight. Kind of get a feel as you're looking through these bodies.
Oh damn!
3 successes.
3 successes. You notice as you look through the bodies, there is one thing in common. None of these corpses, you notice that there is a mixture of different classes of people. There's sailors, there's like someone in a fine gown in there. But you do notice that none of them seem to be practitioners of voodoo. And there are quite a bit of those in the city, so it's a bit surprising that none of them appear to have been infected in this cart full of victims.
Well, isn't that fucking interesting?
What's up,
Well, Chad, it looks like you're safe from the plague. Chad, are you the one that's causing the fucking plague? Be straight with me now.
What? Why would I be causing the plague?
Well, none of these people practice fucking voodoo. Look at them. Every single religion in here, and we're in New Orleans, and not a single one of these people. Not one.
Maybe I should start taking up
voodoo. You see anybody that
safe.
practices... I mean, it couldn't fucking hurt. Is there, like... What's the term for a voodoo hut? Being disrespectful here. I don't know the actual term. Not like a church. It's
like
not
a house
church.
of voodoo.
Yeah, house of voodoo. I kind of go like this to Jim. Why don't we go and put some fucking voodoo magic on you right now to make sure that you don't get hit by the plague, Why don't we go to the voodoo house?
Yeah, sure.
Well,
I don't think that's
this
how
has
it
been
works,
an informative
but
evening. Well, fuck it. We want to do something, and since I can't scare children, and since I can't get Seamus into a fight, we might as well go and try some fucking voodoo magic. Chad, take us to one of your fucking houses. Yeah,
Chad's like,
they are.
all right, I can take you to some place. Somebody I know would be up this late. Come on, he gotta like balance his drink, and he'll lead you off towards a house of voodoo. We're gonna pop on over.
Let's do some voodoo.
Let's do some voodoo, guys. That'll be great.
Jump on your back and piggyback me.
To Ichabod. Ichabod, you were going over to the local orphanage. It's not like the place is locked up tight or anything.
My favorite places.
Yeah. There's the lights are all really low or off.
Like sneak in.
Yeah, you can slink in pretty easily. They're not really worried about child nappers back in the 1870s. So, like
I'm very concerned though.
So you go inside and you see that there are, let me see, how many children are here? No, there are about 12 children sleeping.
Okay. Do any of them have any voodoo charm similar to the one that the woman had?
Yeah, let's say 2 of them do. They're twins. A little boy and a little girl.
I go over to them and I would like to sense their dreams.
Okay.
Possible.
You kind of walk over to them, kind of chill with them. Give me a Wits insight.
Let's see if I can do this. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. 6. That is
Ooh,
a couple of
4
successes in there.
successes. All right. So, with that, I will give you these voodoo charms do seem to be. There's something about them. Oops, dropped my dice. Ugh. There's something about them. You get the feeling that they are protecting these children. You look over at the bed next to them, and there does appear to be a child with a rash, similar to the ones that you have seen on other plague victims. And they seem to be kind of tossing and turning in their sleep, like they're not sleeping very well. But the twins are sleeping soundly. They seem to be sleeping quite peacefully, actually. They're maybe a little hungry, a little slightly emaciated, but they seem to be sleeping well.
How many sick children are there?
Apparently there's just one that you see right now.
Oh. Oh, little Miss Polly. I look the child up and down. What is? Said it's kind of tossing and turning. Any visual?
It's a little
sickness on it?
boy. He's probably about toddler age. He's maybe 3 or 4. And he's kind of coughs in his sleep a little bit, and he's got that rash out the really dry, taut skin, and he looks pretty pale.
How you have fallen from heaven, morning star, son of the dawn. I pick up the child, trying to not wake it up.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to just kind of quietly swoop in.
I kind of have it in my arms and rock the child and sing it a little lullaby. But Ichabod knows that this child will make the other children sick.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to walk outside with it.
Okay. Yeah, the kind of holding it and rocking the child seems to settle them down a little bit in their sleep.
Mm-hmm. I walk out with the one sick child and sort of cover it with my cloak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're fairly small, so it's just looks like you're just carrying something under your cloak.
Mm-hmm. I start walking down to the river.
Mm-hmm.
And say, Miss Polly had a dolly who was sick, so she phoned for the doctor to be quick. The doctor came with his bag and hat and knocked on the door. Rat-a-tat-tat. Looked at the dolly and shook his head and said, Miss Polly, put her straight to bed. You wrote for a pad, for pill. I'll be back in the morning with my bill. And I'm going to snap the neck of the child and throw it into the water.
Okay. You do so easily. Almost too easily. And because one of your things is children, your touchstones, and you're doing this to protect other children, you will only take one stain of humanity for this. And I think this is where we're going to pause for the evening, and because it is almost time. I don't know where those 3 hours went, but I would love for dear Ichabod to make me that humanity roll to see if he can keep his humanity. I think you get to roll 3d10.
3d10.
You have 6 humanity, and you have 1 stain, so that sounds about right.
All right, 3d10. That is.
Yeah, you're fine. Your stain is cleansed because you've cleansed them at the opportunity at the end of every session, and so we're gonna pause right there. Think about it, the river, and the other 3 heading off to a house of voodoo. It's where we'll pick up next week. Carnival. Ooh.
Well, my friends, that is another episode of Carnival of Blood. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the show. If you did, let us know. If you haven't followed the show yet, hit the follow button, join us, because holy moly, we've got some pretty horrific things and some fun things happening, Vampire Masquerade sessions. Stick around.
It's not okay for me to kill a kid, but you can go and kill a kid. Rah.
I did it nicely.
I did it nicely.
Perfectly humane. sang it a song, Darren. It was sick.
Sang it a song.
The
I'll
story
fucking
told me to
rap
do
the
it.
kids as I'm killing them. I'm down.
But my friends, we're gonna head into our. Sorry.
No actual children were harmed in this stream.
No actual children
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the production yet. So far, as far as we can tell.
Well, we do have
But we're going to stick around here. We've got a set of tabletop loot dice to be given away in just a few minutes here, and then we're heading into our next show, The World Tree Burns, a D&D 5e campaign we're playing for a little while with Dan Dillon in the DMC. So stick around for that. But let's go around to Custom Crew. Did we enjoy ourselves? Where can we find you guys online? Wild Engineer, thank you for the share, my friend. But yeah, let's start with Lindy. How was that, Lindy?
Oh, that was awesome. It was real intriguing. Like, I don't have to do anything, guys. You just give me the story and it happens. Wow. I just have to kind of like.
Are there any sick children, Lindy? Are there any sick children?
There are sick children. There's sick children. There's demons. There's Justicar. There's all sorts of interesting things going on right now, and that'll give me a lot to work with for next week. So I'm really excited to see where this goes as you guys get closer and closer to the source of this plague, and figuring out what's maybe is going on. Maybe we'll find out eventually. Hopefully no one gets sick, no one becomes a carrier. But yeah, you can find me online at LaughLoveLindy on Twitch, Twitter, pretty much all the social media where I play in a lot of Dungeons and Dragons, Call of Cthulhu, Vampire the Masquerade, some other fun stuff. I believe I'm in Ryutama this weekend with Little Cup of Joe, and I'm super excited about that game. Also, I'm going to be on Power Score RPG right before that, playing an awesome creepy necromancer girl. But if you're going to check out anything this week, check out right here tomorrow from 1 to 4 p.m. where we are doing Masks of Nyarlathotep Call of Cthulhu, and I have just been counting down the hours. I am so excited to play, and I can't wait to see you all again next week for more Vampire.
Fab stuff. Awesome. And our friend Christina Ariel had to go because she's on Dice Camera Actions tonight, so definitely check her out. She's awesome. Follow her on Twitter. Twitter handle is there. Tia, how was that?
That was great. I'm sad that I didn't get to like scare any children, but that's fine. I got to meet a guy who's friends with the prince, so networking. It's great. I really like Dari. I really like coming home to Vampire. I played so much Vampire as a kid. It's got really cool mechanics, and I am super excited to see where we go. And I found the plot. I found it. I know what I'm gonna do now. We're gonna go on a freaking voodoo hunt. And you can find me here in 3 minutes on World Tree Burns.
Dope. And Little Cup of Joe, Jess, how was that?
Yes, that was a thing. Of all the dangers I expected to ever navigate in a tabletop RPG, the Taxman was never one of them. So that was new. You can find me on Twitter as Little Cup of Joe, and you can find me this Thursday, every Thursday for a while, on Scraticus's channel, running a Ryutama game that is wild and full of anime hijinks. And you can find me on Saturday at 5 Pacific. Sorry for time zone changes, it's weird. On a Narcissus channel with Lindy! And it'll be fun and more anime hijinks, because that's basically my brand.
Fantastic, awesome. And last but not least, Josh.
Yeah, I'm having fun learning a new system, which is kind of it's a little terrifying. It's really interesting. The thing I love about Vampire is you have those moments where you look at mortals and you're like, I am powerful, I am godly, but you have to remember that there is so many things out there that can fuck you up. More specifically, every other vampire who's older than you. So that takes a little getting used to, but hopefully, yeah. I want to live. I don't want to die, so yeah, learning is going to be key. But I'm having an absolute blast and loving having moments where I actually understand Ichabod, which is just fantastic
freaky.
And scary.
It's weird.
I feel like he's become one of those dodgy psychics who just says enough vague stuff for people to buy into it. And I'm like, I read my own meaning into it, and and I'm like, you mean that specific thing to me? And Will's like, yeah. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. You can find me in a couple of minutes here on World Tree Burns.
I need to grab our books.
Abby Dozy, yes, absolutely. Well, my friends, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't checked out Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, you should definitely go ahead and do so. !Vampire there in the chat will take you to that link on Modifius.net. Again, big thank you to Vampire the Masquerade and Longspire for sponsoring the show. And we're here every 5 p.m. Eastern on a Tuesday for more Vampire. Catch up on YouTube or on podcast format coming out these next couple of days here, actually. But we're going to head into the World Tree Burns, which is our Cobalt Press sponsored Midgard campaign. It's going to be a great lot of fun, as it always is. But until next time, my friends, try not to roll too many nat ones because we want to be there laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Bye! Good children, bye!